We're on YouTube now, Larry. This is YouTube. Wait a couple minutes.
Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to today's education-based Indiana High School Athletic Association varsity football game. First game of the season tonight. We'll mention tonight's coverage is made possible through audiosportsonline.net. That's ASO. That's Rob Kendall. Rob Kendall from the Kendall and Casey Show. That's weekday mornings, 9 to noon on 93.1 FM. Or you can go to WIBC.com. Larry, tonight it's going to be the Tipton Blue Devils as they travel to Frankton High School. They haven't played for a couple, 3 years, but they're going to play tonight.
Yeah, I tell you, we couldn't ask for better weather, too. Going to hover probably right around 70 degrees, a little bit of breeze. So gone of those, hopefully gone of those 90-degree days to play high school football. So great facility here, and field's looking great. So looking forward to a great first week of high school football.
So, well, Larry, synthetic field turf right here. I see a lot of red in the end zones. It's just the opposite at Tipton, synthetic field turf, and blue in the end zones.
Absolutely. This is nice stuff. Boy, this is almost like carpet. So it's a nice playing surface, nice soft on my feet here, and I'm sure the players appreciate that.
Back in our day, we didn't know anything about this stuff. We was all grass.
Yeah, I remember the growing up and playing Upper Arlington High School in Columbus, Ohio. We had a game at what was the old Columbus Clippers Stadium downtown Columbus, and that stuff was about like that outdoor carpeting you put on your back deck now. There was no padding under that stuff. It's like falling on concrete, but yeah, that's come a long way. Technology, like a lot of things in the equipment as well. Players being a little bit better protected than back in the mid-late 70s when I was playing.
I tell you what, you say Columbus Clippers. I've seen a game there at their old stadium. They have a new one now.
Yeah, right downtown Huntington Park, and it's a great AAA facility, very much like the one in Indianapolis, right downtown. So right there, a lot of entertainment before and after the game.
That sounds good. Let's walk this direction. We'll see if we can catch Coach Marty Wells. We'll talk to him before we talk to Coach Toll. That'll give Coach Toll a chance to speak a little bit longer. We like talking to Coach Aaron Toll.
Yeah, he's, like I said, I know he's excited about this year. Got a lot of young players that got action last year. So, they're looking forward to getting after it.
So we'll walk this direction. We'll stand still right here. Coach is watching place kicking, point after touchdown, 20-yarder right through the uprights and over the grandstand right there. He's got a leg he's a slim guy, but he can kick.
Yeah, those band members up there with the horns, they didn't have to duck at all. He cleared them by a good 10 yards over their head.
So We're going to see if Coach Marty Wells has a moment. Coach Marty Wells, it's always great to see you.
Good to see you.
I tell you what, Coach, what a beautiful night for football.
Got a break in the weather, didn't we?
We got a good one, and I tell you what, the sun's not shining too bad, and the turf is great.
Break it down.
Coach Marty Wells, back in the coaching realm. You got to like it. I know you do.
Well, if I didn't, I wouldn't be here. So it's been a good 2 weeks. Actually, it's been since December, actually, when I got the job. But with spring ball in the spring, and starting in April, and then all summer, we're ready to take on somebody else.
I bet you are. Last week you had Yorktown. I tell you what, that's a big school, but you guys held them to their own.
Defensively, we were okay. Offensively, we still got ways to go, and it's kind of been that way all summer. It's a new offensive scheme. Defensively, we're still running the same thing we have because I was a coordinator doing that, so I didn't change our scheme. Offensively, we've obviously changed. So it's taken us a little bit to get caught up.
Coach, I know when you were at Elwood, I'm not going to talk about coaching yet. I'm talking about when you're an athletic director. I know you were walking around thinking about football.
Yeah, once it gets in your blood, it's hard to get out.
I believe that. You're going to talk to the officials right here, Mr. Dan Adams.
What's up, AJ? How you doing, buddy?
Great to see you. I told Larry you was doing this gig, and we're glad.
Yeah, great to see you, too. Always appreciate you out here supporting the kids. Have a fun night.
You talk to Marty? Okay. Appreciate that. That is Dan Adams. I'm in his association for umpiring. He's in a classroom setting. He's good. But, Coach, I'm going to mention you start out your career at Madison Grant. You start out at 1A. And so far, this is going to be your third year in Class 3A overall.
Yeah.
Holiday days.
I'm not sure that we're quite ready for 3A football, but that's the hand we've been dealt. We're going to do the best we can with it, and I really think next year we'll move back down. Our enrollment's dropped a little bit, so we'll see what happens. Can't control that though.
Coach, I got to tell you, I talked to Zane Boyer. Does that ring a bell?
It certainly does.
I talked to him. He is the Jim Dandy cook. He's a great cook. He told me he played running back and noseman for Mr. Marty Wells back in 2016. He's a graduate then.
That was my last class at Elwood. Him and one of my assistants, Derek Bryant, were teammates on that team. They were both seniors that year, and I walked out with them.
That sounds good. I'm going to mention Ron the Hickety. Ron the Hickety, he was a lineman. You were the defensive coordinator. He says he got an older brother named Ken.
Ken, for a while, was the state record holder in the bench press. He bench pressed like 415 in the powerlifting, which when you take it down, you got to pause and take it back up. They got some Samoan blood in him, but he was strong too. But Ken was a little stronger. But yeah, Ron's a good boy. He came up and introduced me or saw me a little bit. Actually, we saw him this summer at Eastbrook, so it's good. It's good when you get to be my age. You run into a lot of people you've had to deal with in the past.
I tell you what, somebody told me you have a 200-plus bowling average still.
Well, I could probably still do that. Yeah,
I believe it.
I haven't bowled competitively probably in 30 years, but
you got your hands busy.
Yeah, I've got 4 kids, and 2 of them are still in school, so they keep me hopping. But you get me on the lanes, I can still throw for you.
I believe it. I'm going to mention 2025 Eagles here at Frankton. Your quarterback, Ethan Stansberry, quarterback and a cornerback, you'll wear number 2. Is he a 4-year starter?
3.
3-year starter.
He got hurt his sophomore year, and then last year he and the Lazar kid took turns a little bit last year. So he'll be a 3-year letterman for us.
And you got a senior. I mentioned he's a wide receiver, a free safety. Where's number 8? Noah Melvin.
Who happen to be cousins to Ethan Stansberry. Their mom or sisters. So we're keeping it in the family.
That's amazing. I'm going to talk lastly about your defensive ends. Ian Nottingham, 6'1", 210, and Caleb Shipley, 6'2", 215. I bet they'll cover the corners.
Both of them are 3-year starters, so that we're counting on them to make some plays tonight defensively for sure and keep Mr. Toll in the pocket.
Marty Wells, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Mr. Rett, I tell you what, a nice guy, been in football pretty much all his life. I tell you what, he went to the state championship in '88, I believe it was. He had a north-south all-state kicker, Ray Holiday. I guess he could just boot the ball every which way.
Yeah, I tell you, it was fun listening to him talk about being in this game for so long, and it is the relationships that keep people coming back, and seeing these young men grow up and having kids of their own and playing a guy that's been around that long, you could hear the passion in his voice for the game and the relationships that you get from being part of it.
Absolutely. There's Coach Toll. We'll talk to him in just a moment. He's watching timeouts right now. Blue Devils running offense, defense from the 30-yard line, the plus 30, their side of the field. And they're going to run some RPOs tonight. That's run-pass option. And Blue Devils playing pretty good ball here in the early going.
Yeah, they, like I said, they've been looking pretty good so far, and we'll see how they do tonight.
Coach Aaron Toll, nice to see you, sir.
See you.
I said, well, you got a haircut, didn't you?
I did. About time. Yeah, I haven't had time till about last night. So
that looks good.
Well, do what you can.
Sounds good. Coach Aaron Toll, I'm going to mention 143 wins, just 86 losses. Getting ready to start year number 21. I'm going to mention you are number 31 of active coaches in the state of Indiana. The list has 115 on it.
I think that just means I've been around a long time and I'm old, but I didn't know that statistic, but that's pretty awesome. I'm sure there's some pretty awesome names in there, some guys I have a lot of respect for. So very flattering.
Tonight, the Tipton Blue Devils, you guys travel over here 15 miles. Frankton Eagles, you haven't seen them for 3 years because South Adams was playing you over at West Bend.
Yeah, we talked about this last night. This is just it's a natural rivalry. It's a CIC school, which is a conference, that we were in for, I think, 75 years. And to be honest, we probably should still be in it. I think we made a mistake a long time ago. But it's a natural rivalry. Our last experience here, we came over for the basketball sectional this year. And honestly, it was one of the best basketball sectionals I've been around for a long, long time. There were 4 teams over here. It was extremely, extremely well played. Any of the 4 teams could have won it. But it was a great competition. Marty and I were talking. It's, our kids are a lot like their kids. We know their kids. They know our kids. It's 15 miles away. It makes sense.
Marty Wells, as you know, he coached at Elwood. He loved it there. He began at Elwood the same time you began at Tipton in 2005. And first meeting was August 26th. Back then, you got a decisive win over Frankton, 38-7.
Known Marty for a long time. He was an assistant coach at Elwood when I played, and then he's been at Elwood, at Madison Grant, and have coached against him now at Frankton. So I've coached against him enough to the point where, I consider him a friend, one of my better friends in the coaching world, and have the utmost respect for him and what he does. So, it's unfortunate that one of us needs to lose tonight, but it is good to see an old friend.
Coach, I've been around your players a little bit more this year. I got to mention, when you talk to them, it's yes, sir, no, sir. Locker room is good. It's a brotherhood.
That's certainly what we're trying for, and we're by no means perfect, but we think the more disciplined you are, the better you play. So that's certainly what we're aiming for, and our kids have had, honestly, we've had a phenomenal summer and a great camp. But I'm really excited to see us play tonight to see where we're at.
Last week you were at Peru. Talk about your Peru experience for this year.
I thought we probably played as well in the Peru scrimmage as we have in a long time. I think that's because of our dedication that we put in the months of June and July. We scrimmaged 7 or 8 teams in June and July, and most of them were 3A and 4A schools. So I just think we're kind of ahead of where we've been in the past week 1. So hopefully we can go out and execute that tonight.
I'm going to rattle off your 10 seniors. Talk about them when we get done. Springer, Berg, Mahaney, Henderson, Withrow, Roach, Jackson Wise, Joe Clauser, Zach Ridgway, Chase Hussey.
They've done a great job. We had obviously anytime you go from that junior to a senior, your role changes on the team, and they've done a phenomenal job. leadership doesn't always come naturally, but they've done a great job in taking control of our locker room, and they're a group that is used to winning. I think in middle school, I think they're conference champions, so they've been used to winning. So they've carried that over and are trying to relay that to our younger kids, and hopefully it results in a lot of wins this year.
Coach, I thank you very much, and good luck, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So we'll walk this way. I had some more stuff here to mention, but I just didn't want to take up all his time. I tell you what, he does have an answer for every question. He's sharp.
Yeah, and both coaches obviously very gracious tonight and giving us the time and letting them know their insights to the today's or tonight's ball game. So yeah, it was great hearing both of them. And like Coach said, and looks like from looking at the rosters and the starting rosters from Frankton, a lot of the guys are seniors and juniors, and Tipton's a little bit different. They got a handful of seniors, but most of them are going to be sophomores and those kind of guys. So youth against experience. We'll see what happens.
You're right. It's going to be a different matchup here. Different matchup here tonight. Frankton, as you mentioned, juniors and seniors. 28, probably get his name, but he did not play in the scrimmage. Coach Marty Wells had a sophomore in there at the left inside linebacker, but I tell you what, he's not in there anymore. They're going back with the senior.
Yeah, like you said, sounds like the defense is going to be pretty set. Same scheme as they had last year when Marty was running the defense, and he alluded to some different wrinkles, maybe different scheme on the offensive side, but defense they ought to be solid.
So a nice facility right here at Frankton High School. They got a nice concession stand. They've got hospitality out the wazoo. Very kind people here, especially Brent Brobston. Brent Brobston, pretty good man, met us in the booth up there. He was making sure everything was in order. He's the athletic director. We'll mention him in just a moment. Get a pregame. We're going to walk up the steps here, go into the booth area. We're going to be on the north side of the booth. That's to our left. We'll be looking from the west to the east. This is a north-south field right here at Frankton High School. And then we'll start a little pregame here in just a moment. And tell you what, Larry, how's your voice? You ready to go?
It's as good as it's going to get, AJ. Like I said, Wednesday night I was hollering at my middle school team, 7th and 8th graders, so it's coming back a little at a time.
Sounds good. Let's go ahead and begin. Talk about each school. First, we'll mention the home team on the scoreboard. We'll talk about the Frankton Eagles. Frankton Eagles, they have a school enrollment of 531. They're in Class 3A, Sectional 27. There are 8 teams in their sectional. Alphabetically, they are Benton Central Bison, Frankton Eagles, Maconaquah Braves, Northwestern Tigers, Peru Tigers, Twin Lakes Indians, West Lafayette Red Devils, and the Western Panthers. The principal here at Frankton High School is Mr. Brett Sanders. The athletic director is Mr. Brent Brobston. His athletic secretary is Katrina Hunter. Frankton High School is located at 610 Clyde Street, Frankton, Indiana, 46044. On the web, you can find him at FranktonEaglesAthletics.com. They wear the colors red and white. They perform in the Central Indiana Conference. Alphabetically in their conference, Alexandria, Blackford, Eastbrook, Elwood, Frankton Eagles, Madison Grant, Mississinawa, and Oak Hill. Well, mention we are at Otis Crest Field, synthetic field turf right here. The head coach of the Frankton Eagles is Mr. Marty Wells. Marty Wells is going to coach his first game tonight as a Frankton Eagle coach. But he's been a 17-year varsity head football coach. He's got an overall record of 73 wins, 95 losses. He went to high school at Elwood, Indiana, 1980 graduate. He went to college at Ball State University. The next game on the agenda for Frankton next week on the 29th, they'll play a 7 o'clock game they'll be at Lapel. Here's Larry with the Tipton Blue Devils.
Thanks, AJ. Again, Tipton Blue Devils tonight. Tipton was founded in 1962. They are in the Class 2A, Sectional 36. There are 8 teams. Alphabetically, we have the Alexandria Tigers, Blackford Bruins, Eastbrook Panthers, Eastern Comets, Elwood Panthers, Rochester Zebras, Tipton Blue Devils, and the Wabash Apaches. Principal at Tipton High School is Mr. Craig Leach. Athletic Director is new to Tipton this year, Colin Quinn. Came to Tipton from Peru High School, and just quality guy. Athletic trainer is Mr. Burke Emmert, does a wonderful job taking care of the athletes. Tipton High School is located at 619 South Main Street, Tipton, Indiana. Zip code is 46072. Phone number is 765-675-7431. You can follow them on TiptonAthletics.com. Colors are blue and white. They operate in the Hoosier Conference. There are 9 teams. There's a big school division and a small school division. Big school is Hamilton Heights Huskies, Logansport Berries, Twin Lakes Indians, West Lafayette Red Devils, and Western Panthers. Small school division is Benton Central, Lafayette Central Catholic, and Rensselaer Central, and Tipton Blue Devils. Being a little overshadowed here by the announcements on the field, but we'll continue on with Tipton information. They are Tipton Ford Field, synthetic field turf. Coach Aaron Toll is in his 21st year at Tipton. His record is 143-86, which ranks him 31st in the state of Indiana active coaches as far as winning percentage. He's a Tipton High School graduate, 1990, and college graduate of IU in 1995. Next Friday, August 29th at 7 p.m., they will be hosting the Elwood Panthers.
It was, Larry. This guy got some pipes doing his PA. This is supposed to be a directional microphone, so hopefully it'll pick us up and hit him secondary.
Well, I'll just have to talk a little louder, hold it a little closer, I guess.
Okay, we'll talk about what's going to happen tonight. We'll talk about tonight in the Central Indiana Conference, 2025 football, week 1, 8 teams in the conference. Here's the game schedule for tonight, the 22nd of August. Blackford Bruins, they are at Jay County. Eastbrook Panthers, they are at Huntington North. Madison Grant Argyles are at Tri-Central tonight. Mississinawa Indians are at Norwell. Oak Hill Golden Eagles are at Eastern. Southern Wells is at Elwood Panthers tonight. Westdale, they are at Alexandria Tigers tonight. And right here, it's the Tipton Blue Devils and the Frankton Eagles. That's right here at Frankton. So that's 5 away games and 3 home games in the Central Indiana Conference. We'll talk about the 2025 Hoosier Conference football, week 1. 9 teams in the Hoosier Conference. Game schedule for tonight, the 22nd of August. Benton Central Bison, they are at Delphi tonight. Indian Creek are at Western, the Western Panthers. 8 o'clock start tonight, time zone change at Rensselaer. It's Kankakee Valley. The Vikings, they are at Rensselaer Central, the Bombers. Lapel, the Bulldogs are at Hamilton Heights tonight. North Montgomery, they are at Twin Lakes doing battle with the Indians. The Peru Tigers are at Logansport with the Berries. Cedar, they are at Central Catholic Knights tonight. West Lafayette, the Red Devils are at Harrison. That'll be a doozy.
Right, crosstown rivalry there up in Lafayette.
Last time it wasn't good for West Lafayette. And then Tipton Blue Devils are right here with the Frankton Eagles. And here's Larry. He's going to talk about the Toll family.
All right, yes. If we hadn't mentioned it before, Quinn Toll, sophomore, starting quarterback, Coach Toll's son. In 2024, last season, 7-5. His passing completion ratio was 61.4 with 8 TDs and 7 passing TDs and 7 rushing TDs. And that was, I believe, in only five games, I believe, at the starting quarterback position.
That sounds good, Larry. Larry, we got some time here. If you want to go ahead and mention coaches this year in the Hoosier Conference, 9 teams, big school division. Now, there are 5 teams. Larry's going to let you know who's going to coach each team this year.
3A, Sectional 29, the Hamilton Heights Huskies are coached by Mr. John Kirshner in his 8th year at Hamilton Heights. The record is 37-37. 4A, Sectional 20, Logansport Berries, coached by Troy Hudson. He is in his first year as a head coach. 3A, Sectional 27, Twin Lakes Indians, coached by Mr. Kevin O'Shea, a name well known throughout the state of Indiana. He is 10-11 in his third year, 249 and 121, 33 on the active coaches percentage wins category. 3A team, Sectional 27, West Lafayette Red Devils, Coach Shane Fry in his 13th year, record 124 and 27. 3A, Sectional 27, Western Panthers, Coach Austin Colby in his first year at Western, came over from Kokomo. His record is 74 and 23 in his 8th year as a head coach. Small school division, 3A, Sectional 27, Benton Central Bison, Coach Andy Standifer, 7 and 32 is his record in his 5th year. Lafayette Central Catholic Knights, 2A, Sectional 34, Coach Brian Ney, 68 and 28 in his 8th year. Rensselaer Bombers, 2A, Sectional 33, coached by Chris Meeks, 195 and 112 is his record in his 27th year at Rensselaer Central. And 2A, Sectional 36, Tipton Blue Devils, as we mentioned earlier, Coach Aaron Toll in his 21st year. 143 and 86 is his record, which ranks him 31 in the state as far as active coaches winning percentage.
Hey, thanks, Larry. I think what they're still introducing on the field right there. We'll talk a little bit about support sponsorship. We are thankful those who have reached out and provided sponsorship for Put Me in Sports being able to bring you Tipton Blue Devil football. And I will mention our first sponsor is Discount Copies. Discount Copies, they make it possible. They make our big blow-ups of these rosters. They help us with depth charts, and they're much easier to read. Discount Copies, they are conveniently located at the west edge of Noblesville, Indiana. That's 46062. Just behind Pizza Hut and next to Bowl 32. That's along State Road 32. At Discount Copies, they provide setup services where you can turn your artwork into things such as note cards, notepads, prints, and calendars. And it's never too early to think about personalized Christmas cards. They'll also help you with posters, and oversized printing is also available. And if you're planning a wedding, they can print all of your necessary needs. You can reach Discount Copies by phone 317-773-8783. Again, their number is 317-773-8783, or by email, discountcopies, the number 96 @gmail.com. We'll also mention another sponsor. Here tonight, we are thankful for Edward Jones, Tipton. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and the encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, their teachers, and their mentors. Kurt D. Hare, your Tipton Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Tipton High School Blue Devil football on PutMeInSports.com. For your investment needs, call 765-675-9535 or visit EdwardJones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC. That was our national anthem. That was the Frankton band. I tell you what, Larry, I looked down there to the south end zone, and I knew that they could ride golf carts in this town. But they are full down there just beyond the end zone, probably 7 or 8 yards. I think they're safe. But talk about those golf carts, Larry.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that, really, inside the stadium. I live in Cicero, and I thought that was the capital of golf carts in Indiana, but looks like Frankton's holding their own down there.
I tell you what, sometimes you can see a limousine golf cart. Got 2-decker. Tell you what. But they got the sign as you enter town off of 128. It talks about the availability of golf carts, and it's all good.
I wasn't aware of that. I see some more coming in right now, so more the merrier.
We'll go ahead and mention one more sponsor here for the ball game. We'll talk about Encompass Credit Union. If you're looking for a financial partner that's as community-minded as you are, welcome to Encompass Credit Union. That's North Central Indiana's premier financial institution. At Encompass Credit Union, they believe in putting their members first. Whether you're looking for lower rates on loans or higher rates on savings, or just a friendly face to help you with your financial needs, they've got you covered. You can join them today and become a part of a financial cooperative that truly cares, with branches in Tipton, Frankfort, and Kokomo. They are there to serve the community. That's Encompass Credit Union, where community comes full circle. Visit them online at encompasscu.org or at any of their convenient locations. Larry, you got some stuff written down there. You want to spell anything?
Yeah, just looking forward to seeing some of the Frankton Eagles with some pretty good experience tonight. They've got the controls of the power spread scheme as 2-year starting senior quarterback Ethan Stansberry. Last year, he completed 74 of 163 passes for 920 yards and 10 touchdowns. Little in the experience with the running backs, but will be featured senior Kane Oakley, ran for 61 yards and 2 touchdowns last year, caught 11 passes. And sophomore Finn Kress will also be in the backfield with a little bit of experience last year as well. Leading receivers, Brady Kamak, 28 receptions for 443 yards and 5 touchdowns. And let's see, who else? Other options at the perimeter they're saying here include senior Noel Melvin and fellow senior tight end Justin Shipley.
Well, Larry, both teams are still kind of waiting for things to pan out here. It's 6:57. We've got an itinerary right here. Coach, I'll call him Coach. It's Brett Brobson. He's a great basketball coach. He's got a state title. He's been to 2 title games. He won the first one.
Yeah, I'm not, although I've lived in Indiana now for 30 years. I haven't followed Indiana high school basketball as much as I do football, so that's news to me, but great to have that under his belt.
You're an Ohio State Buckeye guy. Justin Fields, is he back from his injury?
I'm not sure, but I'm hoping he kind of resurrects his career a little bit now that he's got his ex-teammate Garrett Wilson to throw to in New York City. But that's a tough place to play, and but he's he's got some wheels. So if people aren't open, hopefully he can make some yards with his legs. But yeah, we'll see how that whole thing works out in New York City for Justin.
I know you like Ohio. You know the Colts are going to be in Cincinnati tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
What's that now?
Colts are going to play the Bengals at Cincinnati tomorrow at 1, their final preseason game.
Yeah, well, I probably won't see too much to Joe Burrow. I got him on my fantasy football team, and him and Josh Allen are my quarterback. So hoping he stays healthy this year for the Bengals.
So the Colts picked up their quarterback. They know who it's going to be, but they're not going to play him tomorrow.
Yeah, I tell you what, they've got so many quarterbacks, but I'm not sure that they got one really good one. At least not healthy, that is.
Yeah, I think they need to look at the waiver wire.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's. I don't know. I think Mr. Richardson may have injuried himself out of popularity here in the Colts fandom.
So they're getting ready for football here. Both teams are on their respective sidelines. The gentlemen that are going to govern this game with the white hats, we couldn't have asked for a better man. That's Dan Adams. Dan Adams, quite a quality man. I'll tell you, he used to teach. He's retired now. He taught mathematics at Kokomo High School. And he used to own a Ponderosa Steakhouse in Logansport. So he drove from Kokomo to Logansport. That's quite a haul there every day.
Yeah, well, if you're making money, it's worth the trip, right?
I tell you what, Ponderosa, they had some good food.
Yeah, I always enjoyed that steakhouse, and one of the many that no longer exist around anymore.
Scottsburg, Indiana, they tore theirs down. They're going to call it something else next. They're going to toss the coin up here. Look at big Jack Roach right there nearest to us for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, he's a large guy. He's obviously getting some looks. He's a 4-year starter here for the Tipton Blue Devils. A nice young man, know his parents, and just a great guy. Plays a little baseball too.
I tell you what, as big as he is, 6'4", 270. I've watched him run sprints. He can run.
Yeah, he sure can. He's had some knee tweaks here and there, since I coached him back in middle school. But it was interesting, Coach Toll talking about, these seniors were, my first year I coached a defensive coordinator at lost one game and won all the rest of them by good margin. So, yeah, good group of athletes, and I got fond memories of these guys in middle school.
So the visiting team was allowed to call the coin toss. Blue Devils evidently called incorrectly. Gave Frankton the opportunity to kick or receive. They defer, and the Blue Devils will receive as the Frankton Eagles will kick the ball away. They'll go from the north to the south, and all those golf carts are there in the south side, Larry. I hope they don't have need a pad on the front of one of them.
Yeah, I think they're far enough back that that's not going to be an issue. But it seems like the trend now is win the toss and you elect to kick off, and I don't know. That's one of those things that if you stand up on defense and you stop them, that's great. But if you give them the first score, that's not so great.
I tell you what, Scott Mannering, Coach Aaron told me this story. They said Scott Mannering, when he was coaching at Lewis Cass, the wind was outrageous, and Scott Mannering purposely kicked off both halves.
Well, you gotta coach to the conditions, I guess.
That's what he did. I'm going to stand up here, Larry. So they're going to boot the ball away. They'll go from the left hash. And that kicker, he can sure kick. Number 32, Liam Cawthorn. He's a junior, 5'9", 150. There's the whistle. We're going to be underway. First game of the season. Here comes the boot. 7:02 p.m. Pretty good line drive. Pretty good elevation. It's going to go to the end zone. So he got a touchback, Larry. I tell you what, he's not a very thick guy. He's pretty thin, but he can boot the ball.
Yeah, I tell you what, you get a guy to kick it through the end zone most of the time. That's a weapon for you.
Absolutely. We've said that the coach will probably kiss you if you can do that over and over. I watched the Andrean and Central Catholic game. It was last year. It was the regional game, and the kicker for Andrean, in the pregame, he kicked a 58-yarder, more than once. And when he kicked off, he had 33 touchbacks on the season with 51 kicks. That's amazing. So in the shotgun, Quinn Toll. In the backfield, Zane Durham. They'll move right side, single man in the backfield. They go trips left side, single man right side. They're going to hand it off to Durham. Durham goes up. He'll go 3-hole. That's between the tackle and the guard on the left side of the line of scrimmage. He'll get a positive gain. He's going to pick up about 5.
It looked like Cameron Dowler, number 54, on the tackle for the Eagles.
So they're going to spot it just short of the 25-yard line, just inside the left hash. Early going, it's our first game of the season, Larry. We'll see how we can do.
Yeah, Zane Durham's been hitting the weights. He's gotten a lot bigger since last year and looking to do some damage tonight.
So we got 2 sophomores in the backfield. Shotgun quarterback, Quinn Toll, and Zane Durham, running back. He'll take the snap. He'll fake it to Durham. He'll go run-pass option, and he's going to keep the ball. And it's going to be a first down. Good run, about a 7-yard gain for Quinn Toll. and they'll move the chains. Ball's going to be spotted near the 32-yard line. 1st and 10, Blue Devils.
Yeah, no, Melvin, senior for the Eagles on the tackle right there.
So they're running this one from the right hash. Blue Devils going to the north. They are going toward the scoreboard. Scoreboard has magenta bulbs in it. And I tell you what, the end zones are red, and they've got white letters, Frankton on the north end and Eagles on the south end. They'll line up trips to the left. Mahaney up on the line of scrimmage along with Dakota Garman. And Zach Ridgway is a wideout. Going to be a pass play on the right flat. Couldn't bring it in. It was to Garman. It was a forward pass. It was in the backfield, and it looked like the Frankton Eagles tried to jump on it, but it was a forward pass incompletion.
Yeah, Dakota just, thought he was going to run before he caught that ball, and I know he's, kicking himself in the rear end for that right now, but hopefully get another chance later on.
Dakota has 3 good blockers out in front of you. So it's going to bring up a 2nd down 10. Ball spotted again at the 32-yard line. Blue Devil territory. 10:45 on the game clock after the incomplete pass. Clock stops. Single man in the backfield is Durham. Shotgun quarterback, Quinn Toll. You're going to hand off right to left. Durham on the carry, going to get a good run. They get out beyond the 35, near the 38-yard line. They're going to give him credit to the 37 and a half. And Durham puts his head down, picks up yardage.
He had a nice cutback on that as well. Trey Bennett, number 3 on the tackle, junior for the Eagles.
Going to give him a gain of 6. It's going to be 3rd down 4. Ball spotted. It's nosed up to the 38-yard line from the left hash. Blue Devils entering the huddle, calling from the wristband. Right there is Quinn Toll. So they'll break huddle in unison with a hand clap. Clock moving, 10-10 left here in the first quarter. First drive of the ball game. Blue Devils, they need 4 for a first. It's an empty backfield. Shotgun quarterback, Quinn Toll. You're going to drop a couple steps. Pass, caught, sit down route, caught by Dakota Garman. Garman's going to have a first down. He set up about 5 yards deep and got about 4 extra yards. And I will mention Dakota Garman switched his number this year from 14, now wearing number 8.
Yeah, that looks like an interior lineman, number 63, Kendall Harvey, and someone else. I didn't get that number.
So Blue Devils pick up a first down. Ball spotted at the Blue Devil 48-yard line. They break huddle to the line of scrimmage. So they'll work it right there. Shotgun. Single man in the backfield, Zane Durham. Trips to the right side and left is Jaron Aller. They'll hand off and go right side, just off the right end. Positive gain, Zane Durham can be slowed up right there. They're getting forward progress to the 46-yard line of Frankton. It's going to be 2nd and 4.
Yeah, Noah Melvin on the stop there with a host of his buddies bringing him down.
So spotted at the 46 of Frankton. Blue Devils move it into Frankton territory. Blue Devils with a methodical drive here on the first possession.
Yeah, if you can keep the ball on the ground and get 5 or 6 yards a pop, it's going to be good things for you.
So shotgun quarterback Quinn Toll. Ridgway tight end left. Jaron Aller in the H-back. We're going to hand off and go left side with the football is Dakota Garman. He's got a first down. He's got more than. He'll pick up about 8. He needed 4. First down, Blue Devils. Going to spot him at the 37-yard line of Frankton.
Yeah, number 2, Ethan Stanberry, and number 22, Finn Kress, teamed up on that. 3 2s brought him down.
So Kress right there, Finn Kress, 5'9", 175, the only sophomore, getting a pretty good sniff from Marty Wells.
Yeah, I saw him warming up. He, you can just tell how a guy carries himself when he's jogging around the field before the game, and he's definitely an athlete.
So Blue Devils to the line of scrimmage. Left hash mark. We'll go from the 37. Shotgun quarterback Quinn Toll. Single man in the backfield. This time it's Chase Husky, number 87. They're going to call a timeout. Timeout, Blue Devils. I didn't see the play clock. The play clock must have been getting down there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what coach was looking at there, but obviously didn't like what he saw with the defensive lineup and decided to take a timeout.
Chase Husky, wearing number 87. That number was handed down by Calvin Condit. Calvin Condit is in college. He's getting an education. He decided not to play football. He's going to get an education. That's going to last him longer. But I got to mention, Larry, I see these light poles around Tipton. I see they got different banners hanging on them. I saw a Calvin Condit banner. It said that he was a 10-year 4-H member. That speaks volumes.
I tell you, he's a great young man. I was, lucky enough to get to know him a little bit. Not very big a stature, but very powerful. Legs on down, strong young man, and just a quality young man. Going to Miami of Ohio, a place that's just a beautiful campus, going to get a great education, looking to go into pre-medicine or pre-dental.
So what, if you go to Miami of Ohio to play baseball, in your dugout, you have a toilet.
I'm not aware of that. You have so much information, AJ, I can't keep up with it.
My son played there, travel ball. I was a scorekeeper. But that's a benefit right there in the dugout. So shotgun quarterback, Quinn Toll. Stacks left side and right side for the receivers. In the backfield, Chase Hussey. He's dropping the throw, going to roll right. Looking to throw, he'll loft one in, and it's going to be an interference call. 2 flags come in trying to catch that pass. Was that Jaron Aller? 86. He got covered up, and that was an obvious pass interference.
And it wasn't Mr. Toll's greatest throw there. Kind of a little wobbly, kind of got it up in the air a bit, but going to end up good for the Blue Devils.
It was a deep hitch pattern for Aller, and as he came back, the defensive back just had no chance. He was going to interfere with him, but in high school, it's just a 15-yard penalty, not a spot foul. In the pros, you're looking for that bomb pass interference.
Yeah, I tell you about that. That's always a good play, though, in high school football. If you're going to get beat for 40 yards, just grab the guy, better than giving up a touchdown.
So the Blue Devils have a 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the Frankton Eagles 22-yard line. Just right. Let's take that back. It's at the right hash. Shotgun quarterback, single man in the back. There's Chase Hussey. H-back is Darren Aller. They'll hand off to Hussey. They go left side and pick it up right side, about the 2-hole. They get a positive gain. They'll spot him at the 11. And a good run by Chase Hussey.
Yeah, there's another good quality young man. Again, had the chance to coach him in middle school. And, he getting to play linebacker right next to his brother last year. That was pretty special. And see him, he's been moving all around, tight end, fullback, you name it, guard. Chase has played it and played it well.
He'll call the defensive scheme right there in the defensive huddle.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the Blue Devils to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down, 5 from the 17. From the right hash, they got a slot left in the slot. Zach Ridgway. Split right side, it's Garmin. Direct snap. Quinn Toll's going to run him left side. Going to try to break contain. They'll tackle him out of bounds. He'll get back up. And now they're going to spot him about the 11-yard line. He's going to pick up 6 and flag on the play. They're going to talk this over. Ethan Stansberry out of the safety position makes the tackle. He's also the quarterback. And they're going to call a penalty against Frankfurt. So they call, I think, a grazing of the face mask, 5-yard variety.
Yeah, a little quarterback-on-quarterback violence there, but did a nice job of bringing it down, but just touched a little bit of the face mask.
So Blue Devils going to have it 1st and goal. They might call that. I guess that was going to be a personal foul, but it's still only half the distance inside their 20.
Yeah, again, I remember Alex Karras one year was doing the color commentary on Monday Night Football, and a guy grabbed a guy and about ripped his head off at the 1-yard line. And Alex said, well, great play. And Howard Cosell lost his mind. He said, hey, what you going to give him, 6 more inches?
There you go. So they'll line it up right there at the 6. 1st and goal, Blue Devils, left hash. Shotgun snap, they'll hand it to Durham. Durham's going to get to about the 6. He'll get back to about the line of scrimmage. And a pretty good stop in the backfield right there by the Frankton Eagles.
Yeah, no, Melvin again. Young man's playing a good game on defense. And like I said, young guy, but playing well beyond his years.
So Blue Devils, pretty good drive here, opening kickoff. 6:35 left. Blue Devils almost half the first quarter, putting it together, trying to put this in the end zone. They'll run it again from the left hash. Ball spotted at the 5-yard line. 2nd down, goal from the 5. So Quinn Toll in the backfield. Slade Springer, running back, single back in the backfield. Go stack left side to give it to Toll. Toll going to dive it forward. He'll stay on his feet. He'll get inside the 5 and inside the 3. They'll spot him at the 2. That was just the quarterback now, right up the middle.
It looked like Noah Melvin again making some plays out there. And, sometimes, you get down there close, and sometimes the offensive linemen say, well, we don't have to do it quite as good as we did out there in the middle of the field. And the defense also are saying, it's time to get tough. So you see a lot of those.
Blue Devils offensive line, they've got 2 seniors, 3 sophomores, and 1 junior. So they'll line up again, calling it the 3-yard line. 5.5 minutes left, clock moving. Under center is Quintola. He'll hand off. Second man through, Zane Durham, and he'll be stopped. Maybe at the 4. That's pretty good penetration by the Frankton Eagles.
Yeah, that was Noah Melvin yet again. And number 63, I believe, that would be Kendall Harvey from the interior of the line.
So we're going to see the offense stay on the field at the 5-yard line. 4th and goal area. It might be just inside the 5.
Well, it looks like Brogan Ferg is lining it up, but I think they're going to try the field goal.
So they did bring the tee out. Brogan Ferg, a little bit soccer style. He's a goalie. He's a goalie on the soccer team. He gets a lot of kicks in during the week, though. There's a spot. There's the boot. It's wide right. Wouldn't go. So the Blue Devils, offensive set, their first series stalls inside the 5.
Yeah, I bet they hate that. Used up most of the first quarter and get nothing for it. Brogan Ferg not even close on that one. Kind of did a little, looked like one of my golf shots, a little bit to the left.
Little pregame jitters. You wonder, did he get the kick ball out there? I think he did. I think he got the kick ball out there. That looked like he was maybe kicking a brand new J5V the way it went off his foot right side.
Almost looks like he was kicking a brick there. It's not even close, like I said, and I know he's going to he'll be over there practicing that for some quarters to come.
Pre-game jitters turned into game jitters. They moved the ball back out to 20 because he kicked the ball at least into the end zone, so it's a touchback. The Frankton Eagles take over at their own 20. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun quarterback Ethan Stansberry. He'll hand off. First guy through. That's number 18, Eli Wax. That's W-A-C-H-S. Eli Wax, he's a junior, 5'10", 170.
Yeah, Joe Vaughtaw on that tackle, and you're going to hear that name all night long. Joey Vaughtaw has got a motor and a fine football player.
He was second on the team last year in quarterback sacks as a freshman. So they'll go shotgun again. Ethan Stansberry, Wax in the backfield. He's going to roll right. He's going to run the ball. He tucks it away early. He'll get tackled in the field of play right there. I tell you what, Ethan Stansberry, 6'1", 185. He looks taller than that.
Good-looking athlete. That was Zane Durham and Isaiah Mahaney coming up to make the stop.
So, 3rd down, 12. Blue Devils wanting that ball back, and they could get a 3 and out right here. It's 3rd and 12. We're probably going to see the passing arm of Ethan Stansberry. They'll line up short side of the field in a slot. Wide side, another slot. Same in the back, but he's going to roll left out of the shotgun. Looking to throw. He's going to let it go. Going to go to the sideline. It goes out of bounds. And that's going to force a punt. It's going to be 4th and 12. So Blue Devils going to get the ball back rather quickly.
He was looking for big Caleb Shipley on that, 6'2", 215 tight end, and almost got him.
So they respotted at the 21-yard line. Going to go with a long snap. Punter's going to stand back near the 8-yard line. And then they're going to boot the ball away. Can't quite see the right side of that number. But he'll boot away. Pretty good-sized young man, a lineman. Ball snapped good. He'll boot that one. It hits a good punt. Going to get over the head of Mahaney. That's going to roll. Mahaney's not going to pick it up. It's going to roll to the 19-yard line, Larry. Wow, that's 49, 31, 70-yard punt.
That was Hunter Ulrey, number 58, a 6'1", 200-pound senior for the Eagles. Nice punt. I'm kind of surprised Isaiah Mahaney let that let that die down there. He had a little bit of space, and Isaiah's a very fast young man. I was kind of surprised he let it go.
I was just the same. So the Blue Devils going to put it in play at the 19, their own 19. That's what you call flipping the field.
Yeah, if you can do that every time, that means your punter's a weapon.
So the Blue Devils, from their left side, shotgun formation. Zane Durham in the backfield. Jaron Aller in the H-back. Going to take the handoff pass in the flat. Jaron Aller. He breaks the contain. He'll be dragged down about the 15-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 1. He's second down, 9.
Yeah, had Nathan Hawkins out in front, and Nathan kind of pulled up. I don't know what happened there.
But Nathan Hawkins, the only junior on the starting line here tonight. This is Frankton depth chart. Nathan Hawkins, he's a junior. He plays right tackle, 6'1", 140. He's also the punter. Shotgun formation. Quintoll, stick him in the backfield. Take the handoff. Quintoll will carry it behind him. He'll get out to the 20. Well, he'll take it out to the 20-yard line. Maybe take that back. He'll get out to the 24. The Blue Devils going to face a third. Take that back. Ball spot at the 20. Third down and 5.
The Nottingham and Kane Oakley, 5'10", 185 senior on the tackle.
The Blue Devils break huddle. They'll walk up to the line of scrimmage. Wideout's going to jog over. Split in, left side, Zach Ridgway in the slot. I should say left side. In the slot left side is Dakota Garment. Here comes near motion. Near motion, you're going to reset there. Jaron Aller going to hand off. Play Springer, the ball carrier. Springer's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll get back to the 19-yard line. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 5. Blue Devils going to send out Nathan Hawkins to punt.
Yeah, Melvin and Finn Kress on the tackle.
So 4th down, about 4.5 needed. Clock, first quarter clock, 1:18. Clock is moving. No score. Blue Devils had their first possession stalled at the 5-yard line. So they're going to punt this ball away. Nathan Hawkins going to stand at his own 4-yard line. Looking for a good snap. Upside down pass for Withrow. Going to stop the clock prior to the snap. Snap happened, but they're not going to allow it to take place. Let's see a delay a game. So the clock evidently emptied out on the play clock. So they'll back up 5, and he'll stand at the goal line this time.
Yeah, I don't know what was happening, why they took so much time. They had Dakota Garmin split out to the right and nobody covering him. If they just snapped that, thrown it out there, that would have been a big game.
So Withrow throw another one upside down pass between his legs. They can't touch him. He's not eligible to be touched by the defense. So here's a snap, high snap. He'll boot it down. It's going to be a line drive. He's going to bounce favorably for the Tipton Blue Devils. Ethan Stansberry, the back deep man, he lets it roll, and it's going to come to a complete stop at the Frankton Eagles 48-yard line. So the Eagles looking at 52 yards in front of them.
Yeah, I tell you, not the prettiest punts, but the outcome were pretty good for both teams.
So Frankton Eagles going to start their second possession. I tell you what, Larry, both these teams' numbers are easy to read.
Yeah, blue on white and white on red. Don't have to hardly use my binoculars tonight.
I was doing a middle school game. You saw it. We had Hamilton Heights with orange numbers and brown numbers and orange jerseys. That's not a good contrast. So ball spotted 48. Middle of the field. Stansberry calling the cadence. Slot right. H back left. They'll hand off. See him in the backfield. Blue Devils going to put a stop on him. No gain. Ball carrier there was Eli Wax.
Yeah, it looked like Chase Hussey and Zane Durham on the stop for the Devils.
So they're going to go no huddle. They're going to go tempo. They're going to call the play from the line of scrimmage. So they're going to try a little bit of Jeff Adamson, Eastbrook. They run that no huddle well.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, if you can catch the defense out of sorts, it can be a big gain for you.
So Respotted, same spot, 48-yard line, second down. Clock moving, 10 seconds left. Final play of the quarter, and that's just an incomplete pass. He's dropping a throw. Pass across the middle is caught. Got his hands underneath it. Blue Devils have a gentleman on the surface right there. They'll attend to him. I think he's going to get back to his feet. That was a nice reception at the Blue Devils 36. And a nice catch right there.
Yeah, nice big target there for the Eagles. Trey Bennett is a junior, 6'5", 190.
So they'll end the quarter right there. And that's a good pass play to end the quarter on. So at the end of one quarter of play, there's no score here at Frankton High School. And I will also mention today's ball game is in part being brought to you by FritzandFishers.com. Since 1983. Great cars, great prices, great customers. And we'll mention their phone number is 317-842-2228. That's in Fishers, Indiana, 8599 East 116th Street. Fishers, Indiana. Larry, have you been through Fishers lately?
I tell you, it's unrecognizable if you've been around for 30 years like I have. It's, it just seemed one high-rise apartment condo after another right there on Main Street, and not much there that looks recognizable to me.
I agree. Also, Frankton, Noblesville. That's at 2400 Westfield Road. That's between Noblesville and Westfield. That's their two Hamilton County locations. And FritzandFishers.com. You can explore their quality used car inventory. You can visit them online or visit them on site. Again, that's FritzandFishers.com. FRITZ.
Yeah, that's one of the, I was going to mention that before, and that's one of the few things I recognize at Downtown Fishers, actually. It's Fritz. I've been there for a long time. Bought a car off of them one time. Great little car.
I tell you what, I think Fishers, Westfield, and Noblesville are all competing against each other. I don't know.
Well, before too long, you won't know where one reaches the other.
You're right. So here we go. We'll start up second quarter. Ball spotted, 36-yard line of Tipton. First and 10, Frankton Eagles. Shotgun. Ethan Stansberry, he'll hand off to Wax. Be caught right there at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be maybe a loss of a half a yard. So handoff right at the middle. Second down. We're going to call the gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
Yeah, looked like Brock Turner, sophomore, getting in there along with Nathan Hawkins, I believe, or Andrew Hawkins. My bad.
That could be. They're going to line up in a shotgun. They're going to split out the receivers. They'll go double slot left side. Tight end right. Ethan Stansberry in the shotgun. Single man in the backfield is Eli Wax. Calling the cadence, Ethan Stansberry. He'll fake the handoff. RPO and pull the ball back out. Stansberry going to run it down to the 31. Stansberry was reading the defense.
Yeah, they both ran with the ball there for about 3 yards, and Stansberry pulled it out and got a few yards. Chase Hussey on the tackle for the Devils.
So we'll bring up third down, 3rd and 5. Clock moving, 11:06. Second quarter, no score. We're at Frankton High School. Frankton Eagles, possession at the Blue Devil 31. Shotgun quarterback, Stansberry. Going to drop the throw out of the shotgun. Looking right, going to roll right. Chased out of the pocket by Hussey. They'll get a good toe tapper right there on the sideline. I think he kept a feet in. They're going to say no. He was bobbling the ball as he went out of bounds.
He got the feet in, but just didn't have control of it.
So incomplete pass, 4th down. 10:47. And they're going to send in this gentleman. They can kick a field goal. He was kicking 50-yarders. They're going to send out their punting unit. They're going to try to pin him in if they're not going to try a fake punt.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he was kicking them pretty high, too, in pregame, so we're going to see if he can drop it inside the 10. I know that's his goal.
So Mahaney's going to go back to receive, and they're going to try to punt it. He's going to stand at the 46-yard line. Calling for the snap. Snap's high. He'll catch it cleanly. He'll pooch it in. It's going to go in the end zone. It's going to be a touchback. Maybe not. It did take a left or right hook right there. And I might tell you what, he couldn't do much better. He's doing well.
Absolutely. That one, just like I said, just looked like a sandwich down there, just bit and jumped back about 5 yards.
Got a flag on the play. We'll see what this represents. We'll see here. Might be a holding out there on a gunner. I'm not sure. But, man, that was a punt and a half. I thought that was going in.
Yeah, I think it was just a sideline warning on the Blue Devils, looks like.
So Blue Devils get one free sideline warning, but the next one's a 15-yarder.
Yeah, you got to give that ref on the sidelines room to run up and down there in the white areas here at Frankton. And so if you're in that and you kind of bump into him, you're going to get in trouble.
So the Blue Devils going to start this drive up there near the 5-yard line. They call it the 7-yard line from the right hash. Blue Devils in a shotgun. Single man in the backfield is Zane Durham. Got trips to the right. He trips to the left. Tight end right is Jaron Aller. He'll stay in block this time. Pass play from the end zone. He'll toss it in, and they're going to throw a flag. Another flag comes in. Dakota Garman. I said, well, it was underthrown, but them's the type you like to get interference called on.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm sure Quinn didn't want to throw it short, but it actually worked out when Dakota checked up, tried to come back to it, and the defensive back, it's, no fault of his own. He's covering and he's running hard and can't see that ball coming in short.
They'll move it 15 yards from the 7. They'll take it out to the 22-yard line. Blue Devils are getting out of the dead zone right there. That's a scary place to be back there.
Yeah, that's give them a little bit of room to work here, and obviously the Frankton Eagle fans aren't in agreement with that call.
He's expressing himself.
Very much so. Yeah.
So balls at the 22, right hash. Blue Devils 1st and 10. So they're lining up with trips to the left. Right side tackle. Jaron Aller, right tight end. Zane Durham in the backfield. Shotgun snap taken by Quinn Toll. He'll hand off this time to Durham. Durham gets out beyond the 22, maybe the 23. About a yard gain. It's going to bring up. They'll give him a gain of 2. It's 2nd and 8.
Not much there with Kane Oakley, number 42, on the stop for the Eagles.
So ball spotted at the 24-yard line. Just inside the right hash. Lights are on their way to be full-fledged. They're not quite yet. They're the same type of lights Tipton has.
Yeah, I tell you what, looks like the Tipton crowd traveled pretty well. Doesn't look like too many seats over there on the visitor side.
They got the pink out over there in the spirit section. Shotgun. Going to take him by Toll. Thought about a pitch left side. He was covered up in the backfield. Not a lot of choices there for Quinn Toll.
Yeah, I could call about 4 or 5 numbers on that. You don't want to see your quarterback going down under the weight of 4 or 5 guys, but not much there.
So no gain. They're actually going to say he lost a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 9. So we're going to see the passing game right here from Quinn Toll. So what be a good place just to run a sit-down route with Dakota Garman.
Yeah, if he sits down too quick, maybe get another one of those pass interferences. I'm sure they don't want that.
Well, they'll line up slot left. Should be slot right. Slot left, here comes near motion. Dropping the throw, here comes the pass. Over the middle, down the way, and there's Garman. He's out in front. He's going to go all the way. Dakota Garman, touchdown. Blue Devils, 76-yard pass play. A beautiful pass. He dropped it in.
Well, yeah, he finally led Dakota on one there, and it worked out well for him. Just wanted to mention, too, the significance of the pick over there is Officer Dave Maddox, who's the resource officer at Tipton Schools. His wife's battling cancer, and so all the what normally the blue crew decided to dress all in pink, and at school today everybody was in pink as well, and just a show of support for her and that family.
So Dakota Ferg, or should be Brogan, his brother, Brogan Ferg, is out to kick the extra point. Quinn told the holder, he'll call a snap. It's a low snap. They're going to run fire. Couldn't get it away there, and then it's going to be intercepted, but they can't return it. So they couldn't return that ball on the interception. It was tipped. But not much you can do when the ball just basically as a shortstop, Quinn had to field it.
I'm sure they're going to be practicing the kicking game. They're both holding, snapping, and kicking because it has not looked good so far for the Blue Devils.
So 6 points on the scoreboard for the Blue Devils. They took that drive about 96 yards, Larry, with the aid of a pass interference.
A pass interference and then a a pass in stride to one of your receivers, that can make up for a lot of ills.
So the Blue Devils will kick the ball away. And the Blue Devils going to kick off for the first time in this ball game. We're in the second quarter at 6-0. Blue Devils in front, 8:55 left. Here in the second quarter, Frankton High School, I tell you what, Larry, Brian Wilkes said it was going to be 79 at kickoff, 74 when the game ends.
Well, it feels like it's less than that now. We got a nice little breeze blowing through the press box here at Frankton, and be interesting to see who the Blue Devils used to kick off. Or it looks like it might be Nathan Hawkins as their kickoff man.
So he'll line it up at the left hash. They'll hand him the football, and that football is designated as a kickball from the kick bag of the Tipton Blue Devils. They get their option.
I've never understood what the difference is, but I guess, you might massage it a little bit more pregame. I don't know, make it feel happy before you kick it. I don't know.
It's a little softer. I know Ferg likes to kick the softer footballs. That one there looks kind of new. It does look new. Here comes the approach. Here comes the boot. Nathan Hawkins. Pretty good elevation. Going to be taken at the 14-yard line by the Frankton Eagles. On the return, Ty Scott will double-check that number. So he'll bring it out to the 29-yard line. A flag comes in late. I'm not sure here, but Frankton Eagle player might not want to have said maybe what he said. Flag came out immediately from the west line judge out of his pocket. Actually, it's going to be a warning on the same thing for Frankton for a sideline infraction. So both teams have been warned.
Yeah, everybody's wanting to, first night of high school football, everybody's excited, wanting to get as close to the field as they can.
That line judge wants space to run. If he's going to run and he trips over a foot, that's not good for these gentlemen giving up their Friday night to do this game.
You bet. That could cause some injuries.
Shotgun quarterback, Ethan Stansberry. Single man in the backfield. Wax. Pass play. It's going to be a fumble. Let's see what they're going to call it. The lateral? No. They're going to call it a forward pass. That was pretty close. They threw a pass out in the left flat. That was intended for Asen Barker, number 11. That was pretty close to a backwards lateral.
Yeah, Slade Springer was out there on the coverage, and he rightfully so jumped on that ball just in case.
So no huddle. They'll check the wristbands. Clock stops. 8:46 after the incompletion. Single man in the backfield, along with Ethan Stansberry, shotgun quarterback. They'll try it again right side. They'll complete this one. They get out across the 20. Ball comes loose. Ground cannot cause a fumble. So get out to the 32. And the catch is made by Trey Bennett. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 7.
Yeah, that was Dakota Garman on the coverage, and the ball popped out, but after he hit the ground, and Slade Springer tried to jump on that one too.
So they're working out to the 32. 3rd down 7, 8:17. Clock moving. Shotgun. You're going to roll right, does Stansberry. Pass play caught. Going to be a first down and more. They'll go up the sideline, the Blue Devil sideline. They'll finally be tackled out of bounds in Blue Devil territory. They'll find him at the 39-yard line. A nice pass play for Ethan Stansberry. And a good catch right there. In on that reception. Who was that on the reception?
That was, I believe, was it Shipley or Bennett? Bennett, yes.
6'5", 190. Coming out of the ball game, going to take a breather is Trey Bennett. He wears number 3. Pretty much a basketball player, I would guess. Trey Bennett probably plays for Coach Brobston. At 6'5", he's probably putting it down.
Yeah, I would say at this point, yeah.
So shotgun quarterback, they're going to call timeout. They're going to talk this over. 8:04 left here in the second quarter. And let's double check there. Did we have somebody down over there on the Blue Devils sideline? They're attending to him, Burke Emmerts. And we'll hope it's nothing like a Sophie Cunningham. Did you see that injury she took?
I did.
She MCL. She's out for the season.
It looks like it's not a player. So somebody on the sideline there might have got rolled up on. That's bad to see, but unless the player's wearing khakis, I don't think that's a player.
Both teams getting a free timeout, talking with their respective sidelines to get some hydration. So, what, Larry, it's a good thing this game wasn't happening last week with them hot temperatures.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I was just kind of looking at the thing here, and it looks like, going to Trey Bennett at 6'5", you've got Isaiah Mahaney at 5'9", and I think Zach Eberton's even falling. So that might be something they go to.
So Frankton Eagles can jog out through the line of scrimmage. They have their play. And they're still attending over there. They're not ready for play quite yet. And while we have a minute, we'll mention this game is in part being brought to you by Rutledge Well Drilling. Rutledge Well Drilling and Pump Service Incorporated. When you think of water, think of Rutledge Well Drilling. Pumps, sales, service, water conditioning, water softeners, iron filters, and trenching. Call Rutledge Well Drilling and Pump Service at 765-292-2315 or visit them on the website, rutledgewelldrilling.com. They're licensed, insured, honest, dependable, and always professional. They're just west of Atlanta on 296th Street. That's Mike, Nathan, and Levi Rutledge. Mike is still the main drip. That's Rutledge Well Drilling, west of Atlanta, Indiana. So getting ready to start up again. Frankton Eagles at the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10, 8:04 on the game clock. 6-0 advantage for the Blue Devils. Up the middle, dive play. Going to stop him right there. He didn't have to be tackled. They spot him at the 37-yard line. 2nd down, and they'll call it 7.
It's like Chase Hussey and Henderson on the stop.
So, no huddle, back to the line of scrimmage. They'll line up Bennett in the slot right side, short side of the field. Spread out wide left. They're going to go quarterback dive play. And he didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. That was Ethan Stansberry. He got stopped about a yard shy of the line of scrimmage.
I got big Jack Roach in there now at nose guard. He came up and made that stop just for about a short game.
So 3rd down. They're calling it 7 on the board. 7:17 clock moving. Ball's in Tipton territory at the Tipton 37-yard line. Frankton Eagles shotgun quarterback Ethan Stansberry calls the snap. You're going to ride him out. Fumble on the play is knocked loose, and Slade Springer picks up the loose fumble, and not much you can do but fall on that ball.
Yeah, he looked like the quarterback kind of left it in there a little too long, decided late, and it got smacked out. And Slade Springer, and that's the 3rd ball he's jumped on, the first one that's actually been a fumble.
So ball's at the 40-yard line. It's in Tipton territory. Blue Devils get the first turnover to go their way here in the ball game.
Yeah, it's been a kind of a strange ball game here, so we'll see. Each team's kind of moving the ball a little bit and sputtering here and there. So, any turnover like that could end up being very valuable.
So Emberton, late substitution, he'll line up at the right split end. Ball's in the middle of the field, 40-yard line, 1st and 10. Motion away, Dakota Garman. They'll fake their jet sweep with Garman. Rolling right. And Quinn Toll, it's going to be a forward pass. Quinn Toll got rid of it, but that was a risky play.
Yeah, I'm actually, there is a flag. I was going to be surprised that wasn't intentional grounding because there was nobody in that area, and it looked like Quinn was shooting a foul shot there rather than passing the ball.
So, I believe it probably was intentional grounding. It was incomplete pass. That ball was almost tossed forward where it would have been a fumble. So, intentional grounding. And then they're going to mark it off from where – I don't know if that's the mark off. That was where he threw the ball away. That's a severe penalty they just got called on them.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, somebody was pretty attentive there from the Blue Devils, thinking it might have been a fumble and just wanted it out of bounds.
So loss of down. 2nd down, 6:56 left here in the 2nd quarter. Blue Devils Devils need 25 yards for the first down. Their line to gain is midfield. Shotgun. Hand the ball off. Left side fumble. Ball came loose. And folks yell and fumble, but the Blue Devils evidently fell back on it. That was Zane Durham.
Yeah, Zane dropped it and looked like it popped right back up to his knees, and he got on it and fell on it.
So ball's marked out at the 26-yard line. Third down, 20. Take that back, third and 25. Line to gain is the 50-yard line. So 17 on the play clock. Game clock at 6:22. Second quarter. Blue Devils possession. Blue Devils in front 6-0 in the ball game. Shotgun quarterback. Quintoll. They'll fake the handoff, pass play left side, double screen. They'll get out beyond the 30 to the 32-yard line. And it's going to bring up a fourth down. We're going to see Nathan Hawkins again.
Yeah, not a bad little play call. I'll give you a little bit more room to punt the ball away.
Nathan Hawkins going to back up. Back up about 15 yards. He'll stand inside the 20, near the 18. He'll take the snap there. And Blue Devils trying to flip the field right here. Let's see if they want to punt the ball away from Ethan Stansberry, not give him a chance to return it. There's going to be 5 yards, free 5 yards closer to the other goal line, but they'll still be in punt formation, be a 5-yard mark-off. In the neutral zone before the snap were the Frankton Eagles.
Yeah, as a coach, you hate to see that. You know, we always tell those guys in the interior defensive line, just watch the ball, don't listen to the count, and somebody's getting a little too excited.
So ball back out to the 37-yard line. 4th and 13. Still in punt formation, Nathan Hawkins. Clock moving, 5:31. Snap's good, hits the surface on the catch. Pretty good elevation, fair catch called for by Stansberry. He muffed it just for a moment, lands on it. It's going to belong to Frankton. They'll have it at their own 24-yard line.
Yeah, he reached above his head for it. You don't like to see that for a returner, but he was able to kind of knock it down and jump on it.
So Stansberry going to call the huddle. Actually, they're going to go again. Tempo offense. They're not going to huddle. They started out huddling in this ball game, decided to go against that. Call the plays from the line of scrimmage. 5:24, clock stop on the change of possession. Ball spotted at the 24 of Frankton from the right hash. Shotgun quarterback, Ethan Stansberry. Single man in the backfield, Eli Wax. Slot left, trying to take it himself. Stansberry on the direct snap. He'll go right side. He'll break contain, but just barely. He'll pick up a couple. And pretty good sportsmanship right there. That's number 75, Mason Bott, a junior, 6'2", 285, helping another Tipton Blue Devil off the surface.
It looks like Nathan Hawkins and Chase Hussey on the top for the Devils.
So second down, 8 after a gain of 2 by Stansberry. Stansberry, shotgun. Single man in the backfield. To his left is Eli Wax. Split out wide left. Number 11, Asen Barker. They'll hand off to go right side again. It's Stansberry. They're going to call to keep the clock moving. They're going to say evidently he was digressing when he went out of bounds. That means he was going backwards. And that's how they keep the clock moving. He's going forwards out of bounds, just off the clock.
Yeah, it looked like Zane Durham again pushing him out of bounds there.
So ball's out beyond the 25 to the 26-yard line. Third down. They're calling it 8 on the board. Might be 3rd and 7. So single man in the backfield along with quarterback. Shotgun, Ethan Stansberry. Trips to the left. Pass play, right side, double screen. Double screen to Barker. Barker gets free. He's not going to get a first down. They had blockers out in front of him. That was number 11, Asen Barker. He's a junior, 6', 160. The Frankton Eagles going to send out their punting unit.
Yeah, a couple arm tackles there. Broken. Looked like Slade Springer ended up bringing him down.
So we'll back up in punt formation. And what that first punt was remarkable. 70-plus yards. Slipped the field incredibly. So 2 back for the Blue Devils. They got 2 receiving back men, Isaiah Mahaney and Dakota Garment. Snap's good. He lost the handle, picked it back up. They'll boot it. Mahaney's going to get a chance to return this. They'll pick it up at the 35. They'll go up the Frankton sideline. They'll be knocked out of bounds in Frankton territory at the Frankton 46-yard line. There was a big stick there, but Mahaney got right back up.
Well, yeah, that was more of a stick for Mahaney on big Hunter Ulrich, 6'1", 200 pounds, and Isaiah Mahaney, about 5'9", 150, was going full speed, and he took it to him, and the helmet flew off.
So 46-yard line. Blue Devils, 3 minutes, 44 seconds. Blue Devils have 2 timeouts. So they're going to start this one in Frankton territory. Play clock begins. It's at 23. Plenty of time. Change of possession. Clock stopped at 3:44. 6-0 advantage. Blue Devils. Blue Devils would like to go in at halftime up 2 scores. Slot left, slot right. Short side of the field, right side. Shotgun quarterback taking the snap. It's Quintoll. Pass play left side. Garmin's there. Garmin makes the catch. He's going to go on in. He'll get his second passing touchdown reception in this ball game. Looks like the defensive back went for the interception. If you don't get it, that's what will happen.
Yeah, number 2, Ethan Stansberry's been caught on a couple pass interferences on those underthrows. And, again, just maybe inches away from batting that down or intercepting it. Good effort by him, but, it's a game of inches sometimes.
So Quintoll to Dakota Garmin, 74 yards. Might have been 76. And I'm right there, about a 46-yarder touchdown. And the Blue Devils going in with 2 scores. Let's see if we can get an extra point.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a connection you see a lot this year out of the Blue Devils, at least attempting to get him the ball one-on-one.
Blue Devils going to try to even the score. They're going for 2. 12-0. They're going for 2, try to make that score 14. Snap to Toll, and he'll walk in. Quintoll walks in about the 4-hole. I don't think he got touched.
No, he ran right between Joe Vaughn and Nathan Hawkins, and that's a good place to run. Both of them heck of a ball players.
So the Blue Devils get the score back to where it looks presentable. I say what, they missed a couple of extra points, but I'm right there. Quintoll puts it in the end zone on the PAT.
Yeah, I'm sure they would have liked something of producing that long first drive that got down to about the 5-yard line and ended up coming up short with a field goal. But I think they'll take this point spread right now.
We're talking another sponsor in today's ballgame, Lucky Strike Lanes. That's in Elwood, Indiana. If you like creating memories, that's the place to be. Family-friendly bowling. State-of-the-art Redemption Arcade. Great food, drinks at Sally's at the Alley. Open lanes with Cosmic Bowling every Saturday night. That's from 7 to 11 p.m. Lucky Strike Lanes, just west of the Pizza King on Anderson Street. That's in Elwood. Lucky Strike Lanes. So the Blue Devils going to kick off. 3:32 left. I think that was a 22-second drive.
Yeah, if you're the Blue Devils, you're certainly like that.
So Nathan Hawkins, the official hands him the football. You'll spot it right there. Left hash. He'll back up about 7 yards. He don't need much space. We'll kick it slightly soccer style and look for the whistle. There's the whistle. Here comes the approach from Nathan. Here comes the boot. High elevation. It's going to be picked up at the 12 on the return. He stopped out in that direction. Ball's loose. Ball's loose, and the Blue Devils, Slade Springer says that the Blue Devils have it, and they are correct. Blue Devils going to get another offensive set. They still have 2 timeouts, and they're going to have it at the Frankton 22-yard line.
Yeah, there was a whole wall of Blue Devils coming down there. Don't know who made the stop, but Zane Durham came up with the fumble recovery.
So Blue Devils going to have an opportunity to put another score on the board. 3:26 left and 2 timeouts. I tell you what, Dustin Shear will dial something up.
Yeah, they're definitely going to try to put another one on the board, that's for sure.
So from the left hash, 22-yard line, Blue Devils, 1st and 10. They'll go split out wide right. In the slot, right side is Garmin. And Emberton, that's Zach Emberton, number 11, to split in. They'll hand off up the middle. positive gain. Was that 87? Was that Chase Hussey? Chase Hussey gets his first carry in the ball game. I guess it's Slade Springer. Springer gets rewarded. I tell you what, Slade Springer, he's got some wheels.
Yeah, I tell you, he's another one that's been in the weight room working really hard in the off season, and nice block there by Zach Ridgway at the tight end to kind of spring him a little bit.
So they'll go again, slot left, Garmin in the slot left side, short side of the field. Tight end right is Zach Ridgway. Split out wide left is Zach Emerson. Shotgun snap. Going to hand off. Again, it's Slade Springer. Starts right, goes back left, about the 3-hole. And you'll get a positive gain and get close to first down yardage, but not quite. They'll mark him at the 14-yard line. They need 2. It's 3rd and 2.
It looks like Oakley and Tim Kress on the stop for the Eagles, but nice little jump back cut there by Slade Springer.
So 3rd and 2. Clock moving, 2:22 left before halftime. We're in the second quarter. Blue Devils in front, 14-0. They'll line up a slot right side. Again, it's Emerson split out. Garmin in the slot. Tight end left is Ridgway. Going to take the handoff to Hussey, keeping the ball right there because Quinn Toll and get close to a first down. He's going to be real close. Let's see if they get that virtual measurement. Have you seen that?
I have. It's kind of strange. It looked like big number 79, Aiden Bargo, senior on the tackle there for the Eagles.
That NFL virtual measurement, I don't trust it, Larry.
I don't know. Sometimes you don't trust where the spot is. I think that's probably pretty accurate. Where the guy puts it down is where the error might take place.
Those guys making millions of dollars, they look like they trust it. I don't know if I do. So shotgun, 4th and inches for the Blue Devils. Shotgun quarterback. Single man in the backfield. He'll dive it forward. Get a blocking back in front of him. He'll dive it forward. Quinn Toll picks up a first down. Chase Hussey led the way. 1st and 10, Blue Devils. And they're near the 10. They can theoretically pick up another first down.
That was number 22, Finn Kress, a sophomore, and it looked like he was about to rip that ball away from Quinn. I saw that ball come outstretched arms by Quinn, and Mr. Kress was on the other side of that.
1st and goal. Check out. 1st and 10 from the 11. Ball's in the middle of the field. Clock is moving at 52 seconds. They'll hand off left to right. They're going to call timeout. Blue Devils going to call their second timeout. For sure. Let's see. They haven't called it yet. So they're going to work from there.
Yeah.
The ball spotted just inside the 5-yard line. Let's double check there. The 10. And now they're going to call a timeout. So timeout. Clock goes off. Seconds go off the clock. About 30. Wow.
Yeah, you need to call that a lot sooner. But Nathan Hawkins just, I love those offensive linemen. He made a heck of a block. He took about 2 or 3 guys out from the right tackle position and just blew him over to about the left guard position to his brother Andrew.
So the Blue Devils can pick up a first down at the 1-yard line. Ball's at the 6. 25 seconds left. Blue Devils called their second timeout. They're talking it over right now, and they're getting some hydration over here on the Frankton Eagle side. And I don't blame them.
Absolutely. I'm sure, Coach Stoll's over there getting in their ref's ear and say, watch me, because as soon as this ball's down, he's going to be calling for a timeout, I'm sure, if not Quinn is going to be.
Oh, getting ready for halftime. 25 seconds left. Double whistle blows. They're going to call the guys back to the line of scrimmage. Second down.
What would you call here, AJ? You going to put the ball in the air? You going to try to drive it home? What are we going to do?
I'm guessing they're going to dive it forward. They're probably going to dive it forward. I don't know if Slade Springer's going to get the handoff. I think Quinn Toll might find an opening. Probably 3-hole. They're going to drop the throw. Pass play in the corner. Loft set up. He's caught. And Dakota Garland picks up touchdown number 3 in the air today.
I wasn't going to say anything, but I thought that might happen. Fake it to the Springer up the middle and play action and get a guy open.
I tell you what, Garmin looks good. Last year, he didn't quite look this good.
Well, I tell you, he got his bell rung in a game early and wasn't quite right for a while, but finished the year off pretty good. But yeah, he's looking pretty sharp tonight.
He's going to be helpful this year on the basketball team also. He's really blooming his athleticism. They're going to stop the play. Good thing, because that ball rolled in to Quinn Toll again. The snap did. It's going to be encroachment on the Frankton Eagles. They might go for two here at the 1.5 yard line. I would go for two.
Unless they want to just practice this kicking game, because it could use some help. We'll see what happens.
So they're thinking about it. Let's see. I think they're going to kick. So I saw the one finger up. So they're going to try this, and we know that Ferg can put them through. So Blue Devils decline, so they'll still try to point after from the 10 on the set. So they'll snap it from the 3. With throw. Short snapper, snaps high, he puts it down. The boot is good. So Brogan Ferg breaks the ice.
Yeah, the guys are jumping around. They're happy about that, and that's good for Brogan Ferg. Get that one under his belt and feel a little bit more comfortable doing that. And those extra points and field goals. There's so many things that could go wrong. You miss a block, a guy blocks it. Bad snap. Quinn did a great job of going up and getting that high snap, getting it down in time, and staying in rhythm. And so they have a lot to be excited about with that one, because a lot of things could have gone wrong.
Joe Clouser does a good job holding. He's not able to play right now, but Brogan Ferg told me that Oliver Conaway was a great holder. He graduated.
Yeah, he had pretty sure hands, but hope to see Joe Clouser back. JoJo broke some ribs in the scrimmage with Peru and got a bruised lung right now, so he's going to be out for a little while.
He's a senior, so got 10 seniors on the Blue Devils team. 5 juniors, Larry. 17 sophomores, a lot of those guys play, and 9 freshmen walking up the ladder. They came from you a year ago.
Well, I tell you, that sophomore group, they went 8-0 and beat everybody soundly. Probably the best team I've ever coached, and they were just a family. The guys that were together all the time, and it showed on the field.
High elevation, lands in no man's land, bounces around. Finally picked up by the Frankton Eagles to get out to the 24-yard line. So he pooch punt that over near the numbers. That's a good kick.
Yeah, it surely is, and a good coverage there by the Blue Devils. Came down and a lot of pop, and you can tell these guys are, they've been, as Coach Toll said, hitting each other for all summer, and occasionally another team, so they're ready to get out there and hit somebody with other colored jerseys on.
So the Frankton Eagles going to set up shop there at the 24-yard line, 16 seconds left. They might elect to go into halftime, and looks like they will. They're going to go under center, snap the football. A lot of protection there in case a fumble happens. Snap taken by Ethan Stansbury. He'll take a knee, and we'll go to halftime. Clock will run down, and they'll start the clock. And then they'll roll down 12 seconds. 10 seconds. That's going to take them to halftime. Halftime score here at Frankton High School. The Tipton Blue Devils, 21. Frankton Eagles, nothing.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's been a kind of a weird game. Look at the statistic. It looks like it's all Tipton, but I've had a couple big plays, a couple recovery deep in the other team's part of the field. So really not that much difference when you see it, except for a handful of plays.
Okay, well, Larry, so we are at halftime. We'll mention you're listening to Tipton Blue Devils football, made possible by the following support sponsors. And we at PutMeInSports.com thank you for listening and ask you, as a listener, to patronize the following companies as they are making tonight's education-based varsity high school football game available to be heard on internet radio. We do thank you for tuning in, and we'll mention another support sponsor for tonight's ball game. That's Ranger Roofing and Exteriors. Ranger Roofing, we'll mention, is your roof ready for game day? At Ranger Roofing and Exteriors, They know the best offense is a strong defense. Starting with your roof. From repairs to full replacements, siding to gutters, they've got your game covered, literally. Ranger Roofing and Exteriors is locally owned by Jordan Beck. His team plays hard, works harder, and doesn't stop until a job is done right. Mention this ad and score $500 off a new roof install. That's Ranger Roofing, protecting your first line of defense. That's Ranger Roofing and Exteriors. You can call them at 317-361-7858. Again, their number is 317-361-7858. Or online, it's rangerroofingexteriors.com to schedule your free estimate. Ranger Roofing and Exteriors. Also bringing you tonight's contest is Lisa Stokes Bear. Lisa Stokes Bear Century 21. A real estate IQ that will work for the benefit of you. That's Lisa. Lisa Stokes Bear specializes in residential and corporate relocations. She has a vast knowledge with more than 25 years of question answering experience. Let Lisa look or let Lisa list. Your home is very precious. To Lisa Stokes Bear, Century 21, Sheets Company. She's highly recommended. Real estate agent and real estate broker. To contact Lisa Stokes Bear by phone or by text message, dial her up at 317-513-4086. Again, that number is 317-513-4086. And also bringing you tonight's contest, brand new, this is brand new, Bubbles and Bark Spa. They opened their doors on July the 7th of this year. If you love your dog, Bubbles and Bark Spa will love your dog too. You can find them on Facebook at Bubbles and Bark Spa. Bubbles and Bark Spa, they're located at 3660 West 500 South, Sharpsville, Indiana. You can phone them at 765-415-2476. Again, their number is 765-415-2476. Or you can email them. That's Bubbles and then the number N, the letter N, Bark Spa. It's Bubbles in Bark Spa at yahoo.com. You can let Katie, that's right, Katie wait. She will love your dog as if it were her own. At the age of 15, she began bathing dogs. After graduating high school, she got her license to groom and grooming since. Katie, now an entrepreneur at the age of 21, a 10-year member in 4-H. You can get a full groom, which includes a haircut, nails, paw pads, potty patch, and ear clean. That's right there at Bubbles and Bark Spa, Sharpsville. Also bringing you tonight's contest is AGM Auto. AGM Auto, LLC. At AGM Auto, you'll not only be treated with pure professionalism, you'll appreciate their state-of-the-art diagnostics and their up-to-date status of each of the AGM technicians. And AGM doesn't only work under the hood. AGM works toward the recovery and the restoration of the many now beautiful cars and trucks, which are now showroom treasures, mechanically and cosmetically. Your car could be next. To contact AGM Auto, dial them by phone at 317-984-5283. Again, their number is 317-984-5283. AGM Auto, just 4 miles east of US 31 on 266th Street. And also bringing you tonight's contest is Indiana Express Rentals. Indiana Express Rentals, when you find yourself looking for that dependable moving truck rental company. That high-quality choice isn't far away. You can call Indiana Express Rentals. They're at the south edge of Noblesville, Indiana. They are at 1708 South 8th Street. Simply call them at 317-773-4800. Again, that number is 317-773-4800. They have up to 26-foot box trucks available, and a truck with a Tommy lift can sure come in handy. That's Indiana Express Rentals. Their hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. On Saturday, they're open 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. You'll find Dirk. Dirk will be right there to escort you around, and we'll mention Penske Truck Rentals. The name Penske alone takes any possible concerns away from any travel. That's Indiana Express Rentals right there in Noblesville. But Larry, I tell you what, you probably didn't go far away. You probably went checked out what's going on here in the booth here. Did you get some free hospitality?
Absolutely. You got a great spread up here for us, and just really watching a very, very entertaining halftime show by the Frankton High School Band. Very well decorated this summer, and quite a few of their competitions, but big sound, not a big band, but big sound, and being the husband of a young lady whose father was a high school marching band director, you don't see too many high school bands actually marching anymore, and they're putting on quite a show. So, like I said, very, very entertaining, and just the music sounds fantastic.
Hey, Larry, we got some stuff written down here. I'm going to see if you want to go through this. NFL related. We know we don't have any games for you to really predict yet because they're not going to happen till the first week of September. But I will say next Friday night, we're going to begin the pregame about 6:15 p.m. because Rick Venturi used to coach the Colts. Back in 91, he took over for Ron Meyer, and then he took over for Jim Mora with the New Orleans Saints. But anyway, he did an interview. He was kind enough to do an interview second day of Colts camp, and we're going to play that complete interview. We'll do it in a light type setting where there's no noise, where the fans can hear it, because he did a wonderful interview. It's not quite 9 minutes. So we'll do that next week before the Elwood game at about 6:15, so if fans can mark their watch. 6:15 live, they can hear it, or they can hear the replay. Larry, I wrote down here several things. Don't be looking at this now. Don't be looking at this. Most career pick sixes thrown among active quarterbacks. Most pick sixes thrown by active quarterbacks. Who's got the most, Larry?
Well, obviously it's got to be a guy that's been around forever. So I'm going to say, just trying to think of the older quarterbacks, Kirk Cousins.
He's on the list, but not there. But the guy that holds this particular number, he used to play for the Lions several years. He was vacationing, I forget what beach. I think it might have been Myrtle Beach. And that's loud. And the head coach, help me here, head coach of the Rams, what's his name? Short guy, muscular looking.
Oh, I'm not sure. I can't. Yeah, I can see he does the soup commercials on TV. I just can't think of his name.
Anyway, Rams coach saw Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford is the answer. Saw him down on the beach, and they talked a little bit. And finally, they figured out, hey, I'm going to try to trade for you. And he traded for him, and Matt Stafford went from the Lions to the Rams, but he holds the record in the NFL among active quarterbacks with 30 pick sixes.
I wonder how many touchdowns he's had. He's been around, heck of a player out of University of Georgia, and like I said, he was just one of those tough guy quarterbacks I always like to watch.
So he's got 30. He's number one. Second place has 19. You got any ideas? He used to play for the Bengals.
Oh, gosh.
He's a backup. He has red hair.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Dalton, Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton. Okay, here's the guy you talked about. He's got 15. He's number 3. He played good for the Vikings, but they got rid of him. His salary's so high now we can't get him back.
Well, I tell you, yeah, Kirk Cousins has really been pretty successful wherever he's been. Haven't been able to get him over the top, but he was pretty darn good at Washington as well.
He sure was. All right, number 4, he has 14. 4 and 5 are tied with 14 pick sixes. Who do you think one of them is? One of them has been named the starting quarterback for the Browns this week.
Gosh, who would that be? Oh, Joe Flacco. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Joe's been around forever. And thinking the other one, Jameis Winston. Okay, yeah.
Jameis Winston and Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco, 40 years old. He still throws a good ball.
I tell you, these guys, trainers are so much better in nutrition and everything else. 40's the new 30, I guess, for NFL quarterbacks.
Okay, here's a sheet of we got lined up here. The GOAT. Okay, we know who the GOAT is. That's Tom Brady. But we know who second place is. Some people think he's first place. That's Joe Montana. So Joe Montana, Tom Brady, here's stats in comparison. Joe Montana, his record overall,
117 and 47, 71.3%. That's pretty good.
Winning percentage. And then Tom Brady is
286 and 95, 75%.
That's a pretty good record. All right, seasons. How many seasons did they play? Joe Montana.
Boy, I thought he was probably a little bit more than that, but 15 for Joe Montana and 23 for Brady. That's where all those wins came from, right?
He'd want to still play if they really would let him. Okay, they both played for 2 teams. Who is Joe Montana's other team? I can't remember.
Chiefs late in his career.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. So, Pro Bowls. Mr. Brady
won an NFL Super Bowl championships with both of them.
That's very, very true. Okay, Pro Bowls. Joe Montana in 15 years.
8? I thought he would have had more than that.
Tom Brady in 23 years.
15.
That's a lot of Pro Bowls. MVP of the league, Joe Montana.
2 times.
Tom Brady.
3.
Okay, playoff appearances. How many seasons did they appear? Joe Montana out of 15 seasons.
11 years.
That's pretty good. Playoff appearances for Tom Brady out of 23 years.
20.
20. That's amazing. And then the record in the playoffs, Joe Montana.
16 and 7, 70%.
And Tom Brady.
35 and 13, 73%. Probably would not have got too many of those without Vinatieri, right?
Yeah, he could kick the ball. But Vinatieri was more of a Colt when he got done working. But if he goes in the Hall of Fame, is he in yet?
He should be. I don't know that there's any kickers, but I would think he would be right there.
I don't know why Reggie Wayne is not in. That is just terrible that they're dangling that carrot in front of him.
I don't know either. That's a strange one. If Marvin's in, he's got to be in, doesn't he?
Okay, Super Bowls. How many wins does Joe Montana have in a Super Bowl?
4.
All right, Tom Brady.
7.
That will never be surpassed.
Can't see that I can.
I heard an interview with Campbell, quarterback for the Bears last year, right out of college. He said he's going to have 7.
Yeah, well, he says a lot of things. He's one of those guys that likes to talk a lot, but I haven't seen much yet.
He's had a big preseason. He's thrown the ball pretty well. Okay, Super Bowl MVPs. How many does Joe Montana have out of his 4?
3 of them.
And then Super Bowl MVPs for Tom Brady out of 7.
He's got 5, but like I said, without Vinatieri, I don't think he's got that many of them.
I tell you what, Tom Brady can just absolutely methodically tear you apart.
He's never going to beat you with that big arm, but boy, he's accurate, in that 15 to 30-yard range.
Okay, Larry, we'll try this one. We'll get out of here. Top 10 quarterbacks in NFL history. Number 1,
Tom Brady.
Number 2,
Joe Montana.
Number 3,
Peyton Manning.
Number 4,
Johnny Unitas.
number 5,
Dan Marino.
number 6.
John Elway.
You know, John Elway declined to play for the Colts. He wouldn't be drafted by the Colts. He said, if the Colts are going to draft me, I'm going to play the outfield for the Yankees. And he could have, but that was the Baltimore Colts the very last season. Number 7,
Drew Brees.
number 8,
Brett Favre.
number 9,
Aaron Rodgers.
and number 10.
Patrick Mahomes.
Some people would differentiate number 10 for Patrick Mahomes. I got them off of Facebook. Man, I've been writing stuff down. I know we're going to have a lightning delay. When we have a lightning delay, we're going to talk about the top 25 Cincinnati Reds in lieu of Coach Aaron Toll. That's his favorite team, and mine too.
Well, I tell you, there's been a lot of great quarterbacks. You know, I go back to, you know, when I was a kid, even in the 60s, the Bart Starrs, the Joe Namath, you know, just the list can go on and on of great guys. It seems like history is forgot, but some great teams and great quarterbacks.
All right, here we go. 2025 NFL top 10 defenses. That's what they're saying of this year. Number 1,
Denver Broncos.
number 2,
Philadelphia Eagles.
number 3,
Minnesota Vikings.
number 4,
Los Angeles Chargers.
number 5,
Lions.
number 6.
Seattle Seahawks.
Did you see what the Seattle Seahawks kicker did last weekend? It's preseason. He made a 70-yard kick from the other 40-yard line.
And that's unbelievable.
I saw a little clip. He was kicking with the automatic metal tee this week on Facebook. He hit a 72 twice.
It's pretty impressive.
Okay, number 7 NFL top defensive this year is?
That's my fantasy football defense, Baltimore Ravens.
Number 8.
Cleveland Browns, and they better.
You're ahead of me. 7 is?
Texans.
Number 8.
That's my Ravens.
Number 9.
The Browns.
And number 10.
Packers.
I tell you what, the NFL North, they're saying the Vikings going to finish last. They're going to say the Bears going to finish 3rd. They say the Packers going to finish 2nd, and they say the Lions will finish 1st.
I like the Lions. I liked them last year. I couldn't believe they got beat by the Washington in the playoffs, and I love their coach, and he's one of those guys that's been there, and he can get his players up and ready to go. So, yeah, Dan's he's a heck of a coach.
So here we go. We're ready for kickoff. Second half. Blue Devils going to kick the ball away. They'll kick from the north to the south. They're ready to go. Here come the Frankton Eagles out on the surface. And my wife says she still likes Joe Montana. She means Rich Gannon. So they're going to kick the ball away from the left hash, Nathan Hawkins. Ready to receive, Frankton Eagles. 12 minutes, we're in third quarter, just beginning. 21-0 advantage for the Blue Devils. There's the whistle. Here comes the approach by Nathan Hawkins. You're going to go to the corner again, try to kick it away. It's going to be taken at the 17. Lost the handle, ball's loose, he falls on it. That was Rowan Branham. That's Rowan Branham. It spells Rowan, R-O-W-A-N. I got a grandson named Rowan. TJ's oldest son is 8 years old.
There you go. Yeah, it looked like, Isaiah Mahaney was kind of close there. Could have got a late hit. He was down on the ground, had the ball, and Isaiah kind of hopped on him pretty hard.
So they're going to spot it at the 16-yard line. Ethan Stansberry, shotgun quarterback. Single man in the backfield. Split left, trips to the right. Here comes a snap. Going to hand off up the middle. They'll go out to the 20. Pretty good gain. They'll get knocked forward right there. Ball carrier. 22. Ben Kress, sophomore. Ben Kress with the carry. 5'9", 175.
Brady Henderson and Slade Springer on the tackle combined there for the Blue Devils.
So they'll line it up again. Ball's nosed up near the 20-yard line. Second down, 7. Shotgun. Ethan Stansberry. Call McKay. He'll take the snap. He'll run immediately to the right. The break continue. You'll get a positive gain. It'll be close to first down yardage. They dropped the stick over there. That's a good thing. That stick can cause havoc for an arm. I know Bubba Smith back pregame years ago broke his arm on the stick because the guy didn't drop it.
I remember that. Zayden Durham on the pursuit there knocked him out of bounds.
So shotgun again, checks the wristband. Ethan Stansberry trips to the right, short side of the field. Wide left, snap comes in, and he'll hand it off again. He'll go up the gut. He'll go straight up the middle. They'll stop him short of the 30. They're going to spot him near the 30 on the forward progress. First down, Frankton Eagles. First and 10. At the 30 from the right hash.
That was Quinn Toll coming up from his safety position, got him around the legs, brought him down.
So shotgun, single man in the backfield. Looks to be number 22, Ben Kress. Shotgun snap, go right to left. Ball's loose. Ball's locked loose. The Blue Devils have it. It's going to be Henderson. Henderson jumps on it. So recovery there, Brady Henderson.
Yeah, it looked like a nice rip move there by Nathan Hawkins. Got right in the backfield, got a paw on that ball, and ripped it loose.
That ball came out of there like a greased pig.
Yeah, Nathan had it, like I said, had a big paw on it and just kind of ripped it. And looked like the runner tried to regather it, but just popped right up in the air.
Once these guys get sweating, that ball gets wet, you got to have a good ball dryer to keep that ball, hold on to a ball.
I'm sure Coach will have them doing some ball security drills this next week.
So Blue Devils take over. First and 10. The Frankton Eagle 29-yard line. Empty backfield. Shotgun quarterback. Dropping the throw. One step. Pass play. Right side. Too tall this time. Trying to find Garmin. And Quinn Toll took a bit of a hit there. And let's see if he's going to get up. They're going to have somebody. It's going to be Rodeball. Lincoln Rodeball will have to come in for at least one play.
Yeah, freshman, and he's getting a baptism in fire right now. Quinn's kind of holding that right arm, and that's not a good sign for the Blue Devils.
So incomplete pass. Ball's going to be re-spotted at the 29-yard line. Coach Aaron Toll going to check on his son. Walking to the sideline. Burke Emmert probably close by. Lincoln Rodeball. We'll see if he's going to take the snap. Emberton coming in the ball game, taking a breather is Mahaney. And here comes Lincoln Rodeball. Rodeball, a freshman, going to take his first varsity snap.
He's a good young man and great family, and we'll see how he does on his first play up here in the big lights.
So he's going to line up in a shotgun, 5-yard shotgun. 3-yard shotgun would actually be a pistol. That's what they call it. Shotgun snap, Rodeball, calling the cadence. Slot right, going to hand off. Ball's loose. Slade Springer falls on it. Bean bags are thrown in. That it signifies that the ball's on the ground, loose. But the handoff wasn't real good. Rodeball runs over. And we're going to see Quinn Toll back in the ball game.
Yeah, 79 Aiden Bargo got a hand on it, but it looked like Lincoln thought about pulling it out, and just not good communication between the two.
So it's third down. 11. Ball spotted at the 30-yard line. Quinn Toll back in the shotgun. Slot left. Tight end right is Jaron Aller. Right side running back, single back in the backfield. Springer. Slade Springer. Dropping a throw. He's going to roll right. Going to tuck it away early. He's going to get what he can. He's going to get out of bounds, and they're going to not touch him out of bounds. And Quinn Toll picks up positive yardage. He's going to get down to the 24-yard line.
Yeah, I could hear some of the line coaches over there hollering at some of the guys to keep their blocks. So, that's going to be something they're going to be harping on all week.
So it's fourth down. They need 4. They're calling it 5 on the board. I'd be closer to 5. Ball's at the right hash. Blue Devils to the line of scrimmage. Quinn Toll checking his helmet right there, making sure the snaps are snapped. One snap off is an infraction if you get caught. Pass play, left side, tipped away. Good defense right there by the quarterback, Ethan Stansberry.
Yeah, he got a nice paw on that one, and I thought he might have even been able to pick that one off, but he made darn sure he knocked it down this time.
So the Blue Devils turned the ball over on downs. They picked up a fumble, got a free possession, but couldn't do much with it. They give the ball back to Frankton. Ball's at the 29-yard line. Now, they spot that at the 29. They snapped it from the 30. How's that work?
I'm not sure.
So 29-yard line, 1st and 10. Stansberry in the shotgun. Single man in the backfield. Kretz, he's going to roll left, looking to throw. He throws it out of bounds. Going to live for another down. Rolling left is a right-handed quarterback. Short side of the field, not many options.
Here you had Caleb Shipley out there, and I think Tyler, or is it Tice? No, I'm sorry, Troy Bennett out there as well.
So 2nd down, 10. They respotted at the 29 of Frankton from the left hash. Single man in the backfield. That is 22, Ben Kretz. Shotgun quarterback, Ethan Stansberry. He'll take the snap. They're going to dive it forward. Stansberry's going to keep it. He's going to reverse field. They go left side, and Stansberry takes a pretty good hit, but he was still in the field of play.
Yeah, Zach Emberton, a good form tackle there. Zach's not a real big guy, but he brought it that time.
Stansberry takes a pretty good pop right there, but he gets right back up. I take that back. We'll double check here. They'll line it up again. Go to the line of scrimmage. And we have a different quarterback in there, Rowan Branham, number 12. He'll take the snap. He'll dive it forward. It'll be caught behind the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be 4th down long.
That was Chase Hussey from his middle linebacker position on a full-out blitz there.
So they remark it at the 29. 4th and 10. So they'll line up in punt formation.
Hoping the Stansberry's better there. He, get a lot of those concussions when you're hitting your back of your head on the turf, and that's kind of what happened to him on the sideline. So hope he's okay.
So 58, Hunter Uri back to punt. Late substitution. On the line, Trey Bennett, 6'5", 190. Number 3. Good snap, good boot. High elevation, got a good spiral. It's going to be taken by the back right here. It's going to be Garmin. They'll take it at their own 38. He'll dive it forward. He's loose. He'll get loose again. He'll take it to the 48. A 10-yard return. And there was a lot of guys trying to bring him down.
Well, he's a pretty good-sized boy and a good athlete, track guy, and it takes more than an arm tackle to bring him down.
So the Blue Devils have it at their own 48-yard line. 8:44 left here in the third quarter. Blue Devils in front, 21-0. Blue Devils got 21 in the first half. So back in the huddle, Quinn Toll. Quinn Toll, a little bit of a scare. I thought he'd probably come back, and he did.
Yeah, sure did. He's a tough guy.
And Lincoln rode a ball. You know he was probably nervous.
I'm sure he was.
I would have been. When I was a freshman, I was 5'5", 115. So handoff. Springer, he cuts back. He's going to get left side. He's got a first down. He might go the sideline there. He'd be pushed out of bounds in Frankton territory. And a late tackle out of bounds going to earn a flag.
Yeah, sometimes you get that, get a little frustrated, and I'm not sure, when he first hit him inbounds, but he just drove him almost to the track, and you're going to get that thrown on you most every time.
So he's pushed out of bounds at the Frankton's 33. They'll mark off 15 more as soon as Dan Adams gets the earful from his official on the east line judge. Personal foul, Frankton. 13-yard mark-off. So they'll take it even further.
A really nice jump cut there by Springer there that was kind of popping inside, one next to the outside, and I thought he was gone there for a second.
So they'll take it inside the 20 to 18 from the left hash. And I'm going to be a stop play here. The West line judge going to talk to the umpire. That is Dan Adams. Dan Adams does baseball. He's done the final game. He's been to Victory Field. I tell you what, that guy is amazing. Amazing what he can remember. You listen to him talk baseball in the classroom, unbelievable what he knows.
Okay,
obviously been doing a long time, and you don't do that if you don't love the sport, and multiple sports with him. So we need more guys like that coming up and sticking with it.
He's a good one. He's a church elder. He takes good pride in life.
Well, obviously he's contributing a lot of things to young people, and God bless him for it.
So they're going to start play up again. Ball's at the 18-yard line. Blue Devils have it after a good run by Springer, and they tackle on 15 for the tackle out of bounds. From the left side, shotgun, Quinn Toll. Springer in the backfield. He'll get the handoff again. They go left side, 3-hole. You got a spear 3 right there, and I thought he was tackled sooner than that. The tush push, I don't know about high school tush push, but the first down, it's going to be 1st and goal.
Like I said, I've seen played a lot in the off season in the weight room. I take the middle school guys up there to try to get a little bit stronger on their own, and Slade was always there working on his own and putting in the time to get stronger.
So 1st and goal. The box is still working. He's necessary. He's set up at the 6-yard line, 1st and goal. So Zach Ridgway going to line up as a wide receiver in the slot right side out beside him. It's going to be Zach Emberton. And the play clock was in jeopardy. So the Blue Devils call timeout. And they'll listen up right here. They'll use one timeout. They get 3.5.
Yeah, I think they'll probably push it right in the middle here on 1st down and see what that does for them.
We'll also mention today's broadcast is being possible by Jim Dandy Restaurant. Jim Dandy Restaurant. You can dine in or carry out. You can do that by dialing 765-675-6199. They're located at 203 West Jefferson Street, Tipton, Indiana, 46072. They have American comfort food. They have breakfast all day. They've been in operation since 1964. Good food, good friends, and good times. Back in the blue since the very beginning. Also, they own Dairy Queen Grill and Chill, 800 East Jefferson Street, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., offering dine-in, drive-through, carry-out, and outdoor seating. That is Jim Dandy and Dairy Queen in Tipton. The whistle blows. Shotgun quarterback. Quinn Toll, balls at the 6, 1st and goal. See him in the backfield. We're going to get the handoff again. He'll go left to right. He'll get inside the 5. And let's see how close he got. Down near the 4-yard line. And a pretty good carry right there. Slade Springer. Springer getting his carries here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, Kendall Harvey, number 63 on the inside, making that tackle for the Eagles.
So 2nd down goal. Ball spotted at the 4-yard line. Blue Devils on the doorstep. 21-0 advantage. Blue Devils in front. They're to the line of scrimmage. Shotgun quarterback, Quinn Toll. Slade Springer going to line up to his right, a little bit behind him. We're going to hand off to Slade Springer. He'll cut it left and bring it back right. He's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to be close. And stop him just outside the 5. 3rd down goal from the 5-yard line. Blue Devils might be looking for that dump-off pass again. Dakota in the right corner.
That looks like Finn Chris. And also, who was that? That was Kendall Harvey yet again.
So Quinn Toll is now getting to play. 15 on the play clock. Looks like another timeout is on the agenda here. 10 seconds. We'll see. 8, 7, 6, 5. You don't want to hurry a play on the doorstep. 3, 2, 1. And they got the playoff. Direct snaps, Quinn Toll. He'll dive it up the middle. He'll move his feet. He'll keep his legs churning. He'll get down near the 3-yard line. And it's going to be 4th and goal for the 3. So pretty good play there. It's 4th down.
Yeah, Ian Nottingham and Kane Oakley there for the tackle for the Eagles.
So Quinn Toll going to walk towards the sideline. Get the play once again. 5:55, 3rd quarter clock. And that play clock, this one's going to probably warrant a timeout. They're going to just call it while Quinn's over there. going to jog back to the huddle. A timeout on the agenda here. Play clock at 2-1, and timeout is called. So they've used 2 here in the second half. They've got 1 if they need it.
Yeah, they, used a couple of them there. I kind of thought they would have called a little bit quicker there, but took their time on 2 plays.
They're just spinning the clock. They want the clock to elapse. And that 21-0 advantage is pretty good advantage. But the clock, that clock is the biggest factor in the ball game, pretty much.
Yeah, it's they got a little bit of cushion here, but you think you use them too early, you might need them sometime.
So what do you think, Daniel Jones? Daniel Jones, course quarterback. I think he can do it.
Yeah, I tell you, each one of them have shown flashes, but in the NFL, it's not flashy. It's being consistent more than anything else. Look at Tom Brady. He wasn't the most elusive guy in the pocket and couldn't throw the long ball, but boy, he was. You could count on him every Sunday.
I tell you what, you've seen his interviews, right, Daniel Jones? Doesn't he look like Dudley Do Right?
I haven't seen him, but I'll take your word for it. Snidely Whiplash.
So you're going to line up, 4th down. 4th and goal from the 2. Blue Devils, shotgun. Stick him in the backfield is Slade Springer. He'll line up to the left of Quintal. 5-yard shotgun. Motion away, Garmin. Jet sweep, they'll hand it to Garmin. Garmin breaks contain. He's not going to get in there. They're going to push him out of bounds. They couldn't break the corner. They got by the defensive end, but they caught him from the quarterback position and turned the ball over on downs. But that's a good place to turn the ball over.
Yeah, no, I tell you, Trey Bennett made a heck of a play. He read that one all the way, ran him all out to his best friend, the sideline there, and stopped him short. So great job by Trey Bennett.
So they got a gentleman down on the far sideline after the tackle. Frankton Eagle being attended to. They'll take a breather right there. And we do thank you for tuning in. And we'll mention this game is also in part being brought to you by Hope Jewelers. Hope Jewelers there in Tipton. Precious times are made for precious moments. And Hope Jewelers are there to meet your every special need in the field of diamonds, gold, and silver, etc. Stop in and visit Hope Jewelers in downtown Tipton, next to the Diana Theater. Hope Jewelers, they're located at 135 East Jefferson Street, Tipton, Indiana, 46072. You can reach them by phone by dialing 765-675-9720. It's Hope Jewelers. They're open daily, Tuesday through Friday, 9:30 to 5:30, and they're open on Saturday, 9:30 to 2 p.m. That's Hope Jewelers in Tipton. We're calling the guys back out to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10, Frankton. Let's start this drive on their own 4-yard line. Shotgun, empty, I take that back, won the backfield along with Ethan Stansberry. He'll take the snap, he'll hand off. They'll try to get some running room. Blue Devil's going to stop him pretty much right there in his tracks. Going to be a gain of about 1. It'll be 2nd down, 9 for Frankton. They'll go with a tempo offense once again. Play clock.
It looked like Joe Vaughton and Chase Hussey on the stop for the Devils.
They start that play clock at 40 seconds. When they start at 40 seconds, that means when the ball hits the surface. They start at 40, let the guys unravel. By the time they get to the huddle, 40 is a good starting point. Sometimes they'll start it at 25 seconds. Shotgun. Stansberry going to take a direct route right side. He'll try to break contain. He will get a positive gain. Not a whole lot. He's going to bring up 3rd down. He picked up 2. It's going to be 3rd and 7. And then they'll line up right there. Ball spotted at the 5-yard line.
That was Slade Springer pretty active there on the defense for the Devils.
So 3rd down. In the right hash. In the shotgun, Ethan Stansberry. Stansberry goes both ways. The cornerback and the quarterback. For Coach Marty Wells. He'll take the snap. He'll bring it back around left side, trying to break contain. Trying to, he's going to be caught in the backfield. He'll be pushed out of bounds. You're going to lose about 3 if they go out of bounds at the 2-yard line, and they're going to punt from the back of their end zone. I hope he don't drop step.
Yeah, that was, Zach Emberton's a track guy, and his brother Zane's a very good track guy too, and not the type of guy that's going to let you get on the outside.
So they're going to line up in punt formation. Hunter Uri, he wears number 58, senior, 6'1", 200 pounds. Listed as the punter. I am appreciative for Marty Wells providing us with a depth chart. Very kind gentleman. One of the best. So Uri going to stand back by the back line of the end zone. If bad snap and he drop steps, it's going to be a safety. He's got to keep his feet still to take this punt snap. Low snap. He got it out of there. It's a low elevation, going to bounce from taking it to 45 of Frankton by Garment. Dakota Garment. And 2 flags come in unison, probably going to represent the same penalty. Garmin takes it to the 34-yard line, and they're going to talk this over. 2 flags, same time, Larry.
Yeah, that was Leland's Tim Teeter on a good block. I don't think that was a blindside block. It might have got him on a celebration. Who knows? Because he hit him pretty good.
So personal foul, helmet to helmet.
This is a personal foul against Tipton.
So they respot one of those flags to line up with the other one. They'll mark off 15 from there.
Yeah, that was, like I said, a very good block, but you can't hit helmet to helmet, and but when these guys are flying around, that's a hard thing not to do. So I feel bad for Leland on that. That was a nice block.
I tell you what, Larry, you know as well as I do, these helmets nowadays are the best you can get.
Yeah, and they still don't always protect you the way you'd like them to.
The Blue Devils are going to take over at their own 49-yard line. They're going to slot right side. They're just inside the right hash. Empty backfield, Quinn Toll, quarterback. Trips to the left. Pass play, looking right, tall pass brought in. Caught by Jaron Aller. He'll take it into Frankton territory inside the 45. They'll say he was going out of bounds, digressing, I guess. They'll keep the clock running, and they'll spot him at the 44.
That looked like Rowan Branham, a freshman in there for the Frankton Eagles.
So Jaron Aller reached up, pulled that ball out of the sky. It's a tall pass by Toll. But it's going to bring up a 2nd down 3 at the Frankton Eagle 44-yard line. Clock moving, 3:45, 3rd quarter. Blue Devils up 21-0. They've yet to score here in the second half. Split out wide right is Garment. The handoff up the middle. Get it back to the line of scrimmage. Chase Husky. Husky gets to the 45. Might have lost half a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 4.
That interior lineman, Kendall Harvey, once again, he's having a pretty good game there from his nose guard position.
The ball's nosed up, 45-yard line, Frankton territory from the right hash. So 3rd down 5 for the Blue Devils. They break huddle. Play clock is at 15. They're to the line of scrimmage. They'll line up with Sachs left side and right side. Mahaney, deep man right side. Garman, deep man left side. Going to roll left, pass play. Lets it go, a little bit low, underthrown. And they're trying to find Garman over their left side. Rolling left, so you got to put a strong arm on that throw.
Yeah, he was rolling, kind of rolling and backing up at the same time. Hard to get anything on it, but kind of wondering how long it's going to take for him to dial up something to Zach Ridgway at 6'6". Watch him play basketball. He can go up and get it. So see if that's in the game plan.
So 4th down 5. They send out the punting unit. Nathan Hawkins going to stand at the Blue Devil 41-yard line at the right hash. So looking for the snap. 2:44 left. Snap's good. They'll boot it up. It's sky high, but it's a short kick. Not many people know it's that short a kick. And the ball didn't go very far. And Nathan Hawkins recovers his own punt.
You never want that, do you?
So Hawkins Williams goes down. He knew where it was going, but he got that off the back side of his foot, and it didn't go very far. So the ball's going to be spotted at the 31-yard line, Frankton territory. Frankton will have it 1st and 10 at the right hash. They'll go towards the scoreboard. They'll check the wristbands. They have not huddled since the first quarter. So going to work from there. Snap, going to roll left. Pass play, nearly intercepted by Springer. The ball falls incomplete.
Yeah, it was intended by to Noah Melvin, and he, I think he had a shot at that ball, but he didn't really reach back and make much of an effort for it.
So incomplete pass, they respotted. 31-yard line, right hash. Back in the ballgame, number 3, Trey Bennett. Wide receiver. He's a junior, 6'5", 190. He'll line up in a slot. Left side, they'll go double slot. Left side, split out wide right. Single man in the backfield. Plus quarterback, shotgun quarterback, Cuban Stansberry. Stansberry going to be sacked in the backfield. Going to be the first sack in tonight's ballgame.
Zane Durham on the outside linebacker pull-out blitz there. Tracked him down. Zane's a pretty quick guy playing tailback as well, so good blitz there.
That was probably the second sack because Toll got sacked in the first half, and he threw the ball away. They called intentionally grounding, which means somebody got credit for a sack.
Absolutely. I don't know who that would be, but somebody.
So Frankton back to the line of scrimmage. Ball's at the 21-yard line, middle of the field. Shotgun quarterback, Ethan Stansberry. See him in the backfield, slot left, split right. He's looking left. He's going to let one go across the middle. He's got it. It should be gone. Let's see if he can be caught from behind. He's going to go the distance. He's got some wheels. 79 yards. The Pacers and the Frankton Eagles are on the board.
Yeah, that looked like a bit of a blown coverage. Saw Leland, Tim Teeter, and I'm thinking some of the backups in there right now, but somebody didn't pick up the right guy.
That slant pattern, I tell you what, Chris Carter, Minnesota Vikings, he made a living with the slant.
And where did he go to college, AJ?
Ohio State.
The Ohio State. Come on.
I know he did, but he was an Eagle. The Vikings got him off of waivers for $100.
He's pretty good.
We're going to line up, point after touchdown. They'll try the kick variety. Going to line up the kick right there. That's number 32, Liam Cawthorn. Cawthorn, spot. Here comes a snap. There's a spot. Lost the handle on the snap. The holder had a difficult time holding that snap, and that was rough. So turnabout's fair play.
Yeah, that was some troubles with the extra points tonight, that's for sure. But so, AJ, who before Jeremiah Smith broke the Ohio State freshman record for receptions and yards, who'd he take that from?
Who's Jeremiah Smith?
You don't know. Who in the world doesn't know who Jeremiah Smith is? If you watch the playoffs, Chris Carter.
Oh, Chris Carter did?
Chris Carter's freshman record. He beat it this year.
When Chris Carter got put into the Hall of Fame, when he was presented, who was his presenter?
That I'm not sure.
His brother, Butch Carter.
Okay.
You remember Butch Carter?
I do, very much so.
Butch Carter played for the Pacers.
I remember that.
I think that was ABA, though. I don't remember.
Yeah, they might have been playing with that funny colored ball. I'm not sure.
It's about like the Fever. I tell you what, the Fever played with a black, white ball. I think that was at New York. And they used orange, white everywhere else.
Yeah, I kind of like that old red, white, blue ball, you know. Julius Erving with the big hairdo and George Gervin, all those, Artis Gilmore, all those great players.
And George McGinnis, Billy Keller, Roger Brown. My mom and dad used to take me to the Coliseum to watch him play ABA. I was 7 and under. They woke me up, said, Billy Keller got 3 3-pointers. Too bad you were sleeping. Here comes the boot. Again, it's Liam Cawthorn. Good grab right there by none other than Zach Ridgway at the 30. Zach Ridgway's got hands.
The very right thing there. Just grab it and get down.
I tell you what, for 6'6", that guy can lift some weights.
Yeah, I tell you, he's grown not only up but wide as well since those junior high days, and he's become quite an impressive young man.
So the Blue Devils are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. 1:31 left. Here in the third quarter. As much as I hate to say this, Larry, this game is not over.
It's not at all.
So they're going to line up shotgun, right hash. Quinn Toll, single man in the backfield. Slot left. Tight end right, Jaron O. Pick that back. It's Zach Ridgway. Keeping the ball himself, it's Quinn Toll. They go left side of break contain. He's got a first down. He's up the sideline. They go out on his own. He'll go out at about the 46, 45-yard line. Pretty good carry for Quinn Toll.
Yeah, pushed out of bounds again by freshman Rowan Branham on that run.
So from the left hash, Blue Devils will have another first down. Clock stops at 1:23 left here in the third. Blue Devils, a 21-6 advantage. First game of the season all across the state of Indiana. The slot right on the line of scrimmage is Ridgway. In the slot, Dakota Garment. Slot left, short side of the field. Shotgun snap taken by Toll. They'll work it. They'll go deep pattern. Try to get it. They're going to call a flag. They're going to throw a flag, interference. Trying to get that to Zach Ridgway. You were talking about him. They went for him, and they're going to call another interference.
Yeah, I tell you, that's just so hard on a defensive back when he's got his back to the ball. The guy comes back, and there's really nothing he can do. By the time he realizes it's underthrown, he's making contact. So, you you don't know what to say besides, maybe his fellow defenders might, yell ball, 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 so he knows in the air so he can turn around,
Last year, we were at Twin Lakes, and we were getting those penalties.
Oh, yeah. Well, like I said, he's doing his best job running with the guy, and it's underthrown. There's nothing he can do. If the guy comes back, it's on him. So it's just being part of a defensive back's life, I guess.
So the Blue Devils benefit from the call. They'll have the ball in Frankton territory at the Frankton 40-yard line. 1st and 10. Motion away to go to Garment. They'll take the jet sweep. Rolling right is Quinn Toll. Catch is made. Going to be made there by Zane Durham, and Zane Durham is going to go up the sideline. A 40-yard pass play from Quinn Toll to Zane Durham.
Yeah, very nice. Get it out to Zane, and like I said, Zane's a track guy too. Was part of a 4x100, 4x200 team, and has really gotten a lot bigger and worked over the off season, going to a lot of the sophomore showcases, for colleges, and he's a good player, and he's going to get even better.
6'1", 182, and he's only going to get bigger.
He's probably going to be a good 200 pounds next year, I'm sure.
His dad tells me they got a weight room at home that he works at. So here comes the point after. Berg in there. Holder snaps good, holds good, boots good. And good with 2 in a row.
Yeah, I'm sure, like I said, looked a lot smoother the last 2 times than I did the first 2.
So Blue Devils going to kick off. 1:08 left. Blue Devils answer their 6 points with 7 right after.
Yeah, like I said, it really doesn't, watching the teams play, it really doesn't look like it's that big a difference between the 2 clubs. But, things have been going the right way for the Blue Devils and not so much for the Eagles, and, that's what happens.
Yeah, that pass interference in high school, sometimes they'll let you play. But when, like you said, when it's underthrown like that, the receiver's got to come back for it. They got to come back through it, back through the defender.
And Ridgway was hand fighting too to get that ball too. So that one could have probably gone either way. They probably look at the guy who made the first contact, as far as determining, who was doing the pass interference and who was not.
I'm not certain, but I believe that the IHSAA appoints crews to work at a certain game. It's not just decided by the athletic director.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I know that Jason Bale's a middle school social studies teacher, is a referee here, in Indiana high school football, and he's, there's been times he's gone up, cleared up, Crown Point and areas like that, living out of the Tipton Elwood area.
So Nathan Hawkins waiting for the whistle. The kickoff again from the left hash. There's the whistle. Here comes the approach. See if he tries for that corner again. No, he's going to kick it straight away. It's going to be taken in the air at the 16. He'll take it on the run. He'll go back up the middle. Pretty good return there out to the 37. yard line. Frankton Eagles going to have good field position. So the Blue Devils going to play defensively. And Frankton on offense.
Yeah, big tackle there for Hunter Watson. Great kid, and has a heart even bigger than he is, and so that's a good thing for him tonight.
So they spotted at the 37. They'll put it in play. Right there, they'll check the wristbands. 31 seconds. I don't know why the clock is running. Clock should be stopped. So shotgun quarterback Ethan Stansberry. Single man in the backfield. Dropping the throw, 2 steps. The throw at right side, going long again. And nearly brought in. No flag. And I'm wanting a flag there.
Yeah, I think about 90% of the Frankton Eagle fans are calling for that one, so I don't think that was very close.
That was a good ball.
He threw that on the rope.
So Ethan Stansberry, as Coach Marty Wells let us know, his sophomore year, he had to take some time off for injury. But he was a 3-year starter. He's a senior right now.
He's a good ball player, both ways.
We'll take a shot right there just outside the reach on the pass play. Trying to find Caleb Shipley, senior 6'2", 215. And it's going to bring up a third down, 10.
Yeah, number 11, Asen Dave Barker was out there as well. I think he kind of threw it between them.
So Stansberry checks the wristband. We're going to line up. Tight end left. It's going to be number 3, Trey Bennett. You're going to back up, play the H position, H back. 3 receivers to the left. You're going to roll left. It's Stansberry. They're going to throw it out of bounds. It's going to bring up 4th down. So Stansberry was living for another down, but this down is going to be the 4th down.
Yeah, they had good coverage both underneath and over the top, so I think he just decided he's going to throw that one away rather than risk an interception.
So Fury, now he's going to go back out to punt. That's 58, Hunter Ewry. And then Ewry is a senior, 6'1", 200 pounds, listed as just the punter. To take the snap back at the 25-yard line, middle of the field. Deep back is number 8, Dakota Garman. The boot's good. Garman's going to let it bounce once. And then he's going to let it go. It'll take a backwards trot, not much. So Garman lets it float around there, and they'll Blue Devils will have it at their own 23-yard line, 1st and 10.
Yeah, another good punt, and he did a great job just to pick that one up off the top of the turf there, and Hunter Ulrey looking very good tonight from that position. And I'll tell you what, the playbook here, the roster here says he's only 6'1", 200. If he's only 6'1", 200, then I'm about 5'5", 155.
He's a big boy. Yep. How much you weigh when you graduated, Larry?
168 pounds.
I was 162. How much you weigh now?
I'm not going to say. About 190.
No way. I'm 220. I got this gut here. But anyway, shotgun quarterback Quinn Toll. They take the handoff. They keep it himself. They go right side, 4-hole. Flag comes in the vicinity of a holding penalty. They'll stop the clock. We'll see what that flag is going to represent. It might be a holding right there. They threw it in the vicinity of the line.
Could be, yeah. That was, again, Trey Bennett as well as oh gosh, let me see, who was that? Oh, Kendall Harvey yet again from the inside. He's having a big night, but.
So that penalty is a 5-yard face mask against Frankton. 5-yard face mask, and the quarter is over. So we'll go to a 4th quarter here momentarily. I think they're going to call an untimed down here. They're going to run one play after a defensive penalty. Defensive penalty. I say, that's what you're supposed to do. But last year we saw them not do that.
Yeah, I can't end on a defensive penalty, so we'll have one free play.
The Blue Devils going to have it at their own 31. An untimed down. Coach I'll line it up in a shotgun. Single man in the backfield. Slot left. Tight end right is Ridgeway. Pass play, left side, complete. First down. That Jaron Aller?
Yep. Looks like a little chip block from Jaron Aller on the outside and released and was wide open on that one.
I tell you what, Jaron Aller is going to be a pitcher to reckon with for the Tipton Blue Devils. He told me he's got 5 pitches. He showed me what they were. That's a lot of pitches for a sophomore.
Yeah, he can swing the bat too and play some catcher if need be. He's a heck of a all-around athlete. Plays a little basketball as well. His brother's a really good basketball player. Going to be a senior this next year. Peyton Aller. Oh, is he? Well, seems like he's been there for a while, but yeah, he's a good tennis player and a basketball player for the Devils.
I tell you what, during the summer, there's a lot of AAU basketball. Coach told me he went up with Quinn to Fort Wayne for AAU. He knew it was going to be a long day. They had about 3 or 4 hours off. Coach Toll decided to go over to Fort Wayne Dwinger High School because Fort Wayne Dwinger is where Coach Toll held for Brad Green's 46-yard field goal, which is the record at Tipton High School. And that ball was good. Last play of the game, he made it to go to the to go to the final. Go to the final back in '88. But Coach Toll told me, he said, I had a little time. I went over there. I shot a little 30-second video with my cell phone.
There you go, bro. It's funny. You remember things. I last played in 1978, and I still remember certain plays like they happened yesterday. I'm always telling my son, he's 35 now, and I say, it passes like it's so fast you can't believe it.
So here we go. Fourth quarter, we've inverted the field. 12 minutes on the game clock, 28-6, Blue Devils in front. 1st and 10 from the left hash. Ball spotted at the 36-yard line. Blue Devils on offense. Shotgun quarterback, Quinn Toll, single man in the backfield. Split in, right side is Garmin. Split in, left side is Zach Ridgeway. Tight end left, Jaron Aller. Pass play, they're going deep. Right sideline, they're looking for Garmin. He makes a catch. He's loose. He avoids a would-be tackler. He's going to try to make it to the end zone. He's going to be stopped at the 14-yard line. So he made a would-be tackler miss. Got an extra 15 yards.
Yeah, that was a good ball by Quinn, but even it was a little underthrown. And, again, Garmin went up and got it. And if the guy turned a second or half a second, might have been the difference.
Garmin, just a junior. He's showing some good promise in this game.
Like I said, he's a good athlete, high jumper, and, he's just one of those guys that you can always depend on.
So there's a Frankton Eagle player on the surface. But go ahead and mention this game is also in part being brought to you by Noblesville Trophies. Noblesville Trophies, you can shop them online at noblesvilletrophies.com. Or stop in, if only to browse around. They're located at 1740 South 10th Street, Noblesville, Indiana. They've got trophies, awards, plaques, and more. They have fast turnaround. Prices are low. They are so low you may want to be a repeat customer. That's Noblesville Trophies, 1740 South 10th Street, Noblesville, Indiana. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can reach them by phone at 317-773-7391. The Blue Devils to the line of scrimmage. Ball spotted at the 15 of Frankton. At the right hash, clock moving, 11:28. Fourth quarter. Stop to left side. Garmin up front. Garmin behind, I should say. And then Zach Ridgeway on the line of scrimmage. Handoff up the middle. Positive gain. And they're going to spot the ball just outside the 10.
It looks like Ulrey on the tackle there for the Frankton Eagles. Getting in there on nose guard now.
So from the 11-yard line, 2nd down 6 for the Blue Devils. Going to go shotgun. Quarterback, Quinn Toll, calling the cadence. Give him the signal, right side, tapping the helmet. Going to hand off right to left. Ball carrier trying to break contain. Slade Springer inside the 10, maybe to the 7. And Slade Springer, the ball carrier, going to call a timeout. It's going to be an official timeout. And Springer with a good carry.
Yeah, looked like John might have rolled over on a cleat or something there. He was holding his stomach, but he's back up, looking like none worse for the wear.
Stansbury's going to get to stay in the game. The official stops playing, but he's going to get to stay in. That happens once in a while.
Yeah, I think that was Noah Melvin there, number 8. But he's coming out for a play.
Oh, was it? Okay. So ball's resting just inside the 5 at the 3-yard line from the left hash. Blue Devils going to send out 2 receivers right side. That's Garmin and Everton. Single man in the backfield, Slade Springer. They go right to left. They go up the middle. Take it a little closer to the goal line. But you're going to be stopped again. Maybe the 3-yard line for no gain. Take that back. He picked up the first down. He didn't need much.
Nottingham and Ulrey both on the tackle there for the Eagles. And right up the middle, kind of was looking over here on the right edge. It looked like Nathan Hawkins had a nice block out there. So maybe see him go to the right there if he can get that seal.
So first down goal for the Blue Devils. Clock is at 10 minutes and running. 28-6 Blue Devils on the doorstep. First and goal from the 3-yard line. Going to send out 2 receivers to right side. Garmin and Everton to stop play. Early movement. Going to be a timeout. Blue Devils call timeout. A 25-second clock. I tell you what, that's difficult to get a play in when you're jogging clear over.
Yeah, you got to, knowing probably past, they'd like to have a guy run that in a little bit, but we'll see what they do here.
So Blue Devils use the timeout, and they are now out of timeouts here in the second half.
Yeah, got pretty comfortable now here with 9:48 left and 22-point lead. But again, the first game, you're kind of working out a lot of the little things you don't really think you need to work on. One of those might be play clock management here.
So Blue Devils talking it over. Over there, we'll mention our last support sponsor of the evening is Camino & Company. Camino & Company, they're in downtown Noblesville. Camino & Company is a mobile flower shop brought to you by local flower farmers and providers, small business partners, and the CNC founders. Their mascot is a 1984 El Camino SS. It's owned by D.E. Witham. D.E. Witham is the grandpa of Carly Witham Elbred. You can find them on the web at camino-and-company.com. So we'll line it up right now. 9:48 clock stop. It'll start on the snap. Zane Durham back in the backfield along with Quinn Toll. They'll run a slant pattern across the middle, and it's incomplete. And that takes pinpoint accuracy of that close.
A lot of traffic in there, Shipley, and a lot of guys in that area. So you have to be, like you said, pinpoint.
So Quinn Toll has the play. Jogging in, it's going to be Chase Hussey. Chase Hussey buckling up. Hussey wearing that 87. Wearing that proudly. Calvin Condit wore that number well. And he got the number from Eli Carter. So we'll line up in the shotgun. Ball's at the 3-yard line. Shotgun snap taken by Toll. He'll hand off to Zane Durham. He'll veer it right. He'll shed off a would-be tackler. And they're going to say, did he get in? Let's see. I was looking at the West line judge. I didn't see his arms go up, but the East must have said.
Yeah, Noah Melvin had him dead to rights there, but like I said, Zane's a big, strong boy and getting stronger every day.
So we're going to see Mr. Brogan Frank, senior kicker, 5'10", 180. High depth, 6 foot. He's a big guy. Plays goalie on the soccer team. Here comes a snap. Here comes the hold. The kick is good. Did he miss that? Wide left.
That was his first snap, hold, and kick that went smoothly, but he missed it. Yeah.
So the Blue Devils come up with 6, couldn't get 7. It's 34-6. Blue Devils will kick off. 9:37 left here in the fourth quarter. And we'll go ahead and finish this up. Camino and Company, downtown Noblesville. Their goal at Camino and Company is to please each customer from their concept to the CNC completion. You can explore their website. Again, that email address, the website address is camino-and-company.com. And they are now booking 2025 and 26 brides. Contact Carly. You can reach her by phone at 317-833-7982. Carly's little boy, 5 years old, Easton Elbrett, he broke his arm. Yeah, he was running at recess. He had to go in, get surgery, had to get pins. But the little guy is just gangbusters. You'd never know that he had a broken arm.
Yeah, my son Matt's little boy, oldest, Cedar James Murdoch, he jumped off a big log last summer and broke his leg, so he didn't want to clear up to his hip. So, yeah, these little guys are running around doing wild, dangerous stuff out there.
He was running at recess and fell, and that's not good. But he's doing pretty good as a 5-year-old. No, so the kick, end under end from Nathan Hoffman. Going to bounce once. Going to bounce off the body. He'll pick it back up on a bounce. He'll outside the 25, maybe to the 26. That was a good recovery right there for Rowan Brannon. Freshman, 5'10", 175. He's got a lot of upside.
He sure does. Slade Springer ran him down on that one. That ball took a big hop on him, but he gathered it and made some positive yardage.
So Frankton Eagles will put the ball in play at their own 26 from the right hash. 9.5 minutes left. During the fourth quarter, Blue Devils 34, Frankton 6. So pretty good pass plays in today's ball game.
Yeah, both quarterbacks slinging around a little bit and looking pretty efficient.
So they line up, line scrimmage. Left, right hash, split in, right side, short side of the field. Trips to the left, single man in the backfield. Calling the cadence, Ethan Stansberry. Pass play. Might have been a backwards pass, but it's caught. Long handoff is what they call that as a Raider. And you'll run it forward to pick up a first down and pick up 11 on the pass play from Stansberry. And what a play right there. Give that reception to Noah Melvin, senior wide receiver.
Yeah, Zach Emberton on the tackle there. He took Zach for a little ride there.
So they spotted out at the 37-yard line and moved the chains. 1st and 10 from the left hash for the Frankton Eagles. Line up in a shotgun, single man in the backfield. H-back, right side. Slot left, short side of the field. They'll hand off up the middle. He's got room to run. Another first down. They want 2 consecutive first down plays for the Frankton Eagles. They'll take this one out to the 49-yard line. Back in the ball game is number 18, Eli Wax. He was out of the ball game for a bit. He's back in now.
Yeah, he got all the way into the defensive backfield, and Quinn Cole had to take him down.
Eli Wax, starting running back for Frankton. He's a junior, 5'10", 170. Direct snap, shotgun, rolling right. Ethan Stansberry completes the pass across the 50-yard line down to the 43-yard line. Credit that reception. 42, Caleb Oakley. He's a senior, 5'10", 185.
Quinn Cole again on the back-to-back tackles.
So they're moving out to get an 8-yard gain. It's ball spotted at the 43 of Tipton from the right hash. Frankton Eagles moving the football on this drive. Shotgun quarterback, Ethan Stansberry. Wax in the backfield. Slot right. Tight end left. Caught there in the backfield right now, as if there was no one blocking him. And that was Vauxhall, wasn't it?
Well, that was actually, I believe that was, let's see, 56. That was, gosh, who was that? Vauxhall, yeah. Ethan Klauser in, yeah. Ethan Klauser, sophomore.
Man, he didn't get blocked, Larry.
Yeah, that was JoJo's little big brother. He's about twice the size of JoJo, but he's his little brother.
They marked off a penalty. Tipton had illegal participation. They mark off 5, gives them a first down for Frankton. Ball moves inside the 40. It's at the 38 of Tipton from the right hash. Got a wing back, left side, slot right, short side of the field. They'll hand off. He'll veer it out. That's Wax. Eli Wax on the run. He broke contain. He got a first down. He'll be pushed out of bounds inside the 25 of Tipton. They're going to spot him right near the 25-yard line. First and 10, Frankton.
Yeah, Eli Wax made a nice little jump cut there to the outside, and once again, Quinn Toll had to bring him down.
They'll check the wristbands again. As mentioned, they are not huddling, have not huddled since the first quarter. So they'll work it from the line of scrimmage. First and 10, Frankton. At the Tipton 25-yard line. They're going to slot right side. Wing back left. They'll take the handoff. They're going to roll right. Does Stansberry gets another completion. Works it inside the 10, near the 7. Stansberry has the golden arm here on this drive. So they'll get that to shift with the reception. 6'2", 215. Where's number 81? And they'll move it to first and goal inside the 10.
Yeah, Leland Tim Cheater on the tackle there. Blue Devils getting some of the reserves in, getting a little game action.
Timeout, Frankton Eagles. To give his guys a chance to catch their breath. So what they've had a good drive going right here. That Coach Marty Wells, he knows twice as much as me for certain.
Absolutely, yeah. He's been around quite a bit and had a lot of success. So he'll get him working.
So timeout on the field. Frankton Eagles. Say what, those Indianapolis Colts, September 7th, they'll be home with the Miami Dolphins. How about Tua? Some people didn't want to trade for Tua. Vikings gave him a sniff, and I'm glad they didn't pull the trigger.
I tell you what, once a guy has that many concussions, it's only a matter of time before he's going to have to hang them up. And some of those, right on prime time, see him walk and then stumble down. Boy, that's a scary sight.
How about Deion Sanders' son?
Yeah, I don't know. Shadur and his dad talk a lot, and we'll see if he gets a shot.
Deion, same age as me.
Is he really?
He's a lot better athlete than me, though. So here we go. Right hash, shotgun. Ethan Stansberry pulls it to 7. He's going to take it himself and go right side. He's trying to break contain. He's going to get inside the 5. He'll be pushed out about the 3. Ethan Stansberry pushed out of bounds by the Blue Devils.
Term, I don't know who else was helping him there a little bit. I couldn't tell.
So let's spot him at the 4-yard line. Play clock started at 40. It's down to 28. Frankton Eagles has no problem. No problem there. They moved the clock because he was digressing when he went out of bounds. I think that actually kept the clock rolling. Not quite sure about that. You see that in pro games. You see that in college games. Encroachment before the snap of the ball. Blue Devils going to give them half the distance. So they'll take it to the 2-yard line. 2-yard line, second down goal for Frankton. They'll still go from a shotgun. Eli Wax in the backfield with Stansberry. Take the snap. Ball hit the surface. The handoff wasn't clean, but Wax still jumped on it. Kept the possession. It's going to be 3rd and goal.
Yeah, it looked like, Stapp just popped off a quarterback's hands. And
So 3rd down goal. Frankton Eagles. Ethan Stansberry has that towel on the backside, wiping the hands off, getting sweat off of them. The handoff from right to left, so it should be left to right. And the Blue Devils thought they got the stop in there. West line judge says he got in, broke the plane. Touchdown, Frankton Eagles. 34-12, 6:03 left.
Now, that was a good hard run by Wax, and I'm sure they would have liked to have him a little bit more earlier in the game.
That was a collision we heard up here.
Oh, yeah, he and Brady Henderson, and Brady brings it. So, that was a nice little hit, and he spun off it nicely.
So Frankton going to spot the ball at the 3-yard line. Looks like they're going to go for 2. Yep, they say it's a touchdown. I guess finally, but so touchdown, Frankton Eagles. They had the score on the board. The officials huddled, and yes, it was a touchdown. So 34-12, 6:03 left. And the Frankton Eagles put out their offensive units. Going for 2, Ethan Stansberry. They're going to send out number 3, Trey Bennett, 6'5", receiver. They're going to line up in a slot left, slot right. Single man in the backfield is Wax. It's Eli Wax. Here comes a snap from Stansberry. Going to drop the throw, 2 steps. Looking over the middle, pass play. Knocked down by the Blue Devils. Point after. 2-point conversion is no good.
There's about 7 guys in there between about 3 yards of each other.
That was a highly congested area right there across the middle. And, the Frankton Eagles will kick the ball away. 34-12. Do we see an onside kick at this point in the ballgame?
You know, there's no reason why not. If nothing else, to practice it.
You know, the NFL last year, I believe they could only onside kick in the 4th quarter. But now, the owners' meeting, they said, we can kick anytime during the game. But the thing is, somebody's got to tell the official that we're getting ready to onside kick.
You know, that whole where they're kicking off and all that kind of thing, I wish it'd just go back to doing it the right way. I don't see that there were any more injuries on the kickoff than any other play in the NFL. And, you know, that's was one of the more exciting plays in a football game. And why they took it away, it's still beyond me.
Well, they got that little area from the 20 to the goal line. You got to kick it in there. If you kick it in the end zone now in the NFL, they get the ball on the 35. That's a short porch for an NFL team.
Yeah, it's just getting a little too cutesy for me. You know, just line it up from the 40, kick it like you always did, and you know, these guys are getting paid millions. Let them get out there and play it hard.
I'm ready for the tush push to get voted out.
You know,
that's a rugby. That's a rugby game.
Well, you know, I played rugby, so I'm not unfond of that.
I would imagine. But anyway, you get a guy stopped on 3rd and short, and then the lava starts to flow, and then you find out he got a first down. So here comes the kickoff. Frankton Eagles. Going to be number 32, Liam Cawthorn. He's a junior. Nice boot off the foot of Cawthorn. He's going to take it to the surface. And I don't know if that was intentional but anyway, Zach Emerson downs it right there inside the 20 at about the 18-yard line. Blue Devils take over 1st and 10.
Yeah, I'm not sure he was intended to do that, but probably a smart thing. Make sure you secure the ball and not let it pop out. So that's a probably good play.
So 18-yard line from the right hash. Blue Devils have the football. 6:01 left. 4th quarter, 34-12. Blue Devils in front. Blue Devils went to halftime, 21-0. Frankton Eagles have put 2 on the board here in the second half. 2 scores, two majors. Trips to the left. Tight end left. Jaron Aller going to hand off. Single man in the backfield. He's going to veer it right side. He's got a first down. He's got wheels. Let's take it out near the sideline and be pushed out of bounds. And that was some pretty good wheels. Was that Mahaney? Double check here. It's a long. Chase Hussey had the wheels there.
Yeah, he did. He showed a little acceleration up the sideline.
So they move the ball out to the 36-yard line. Pick up a first down. Chase Hussey. Where's his brother at now? He's going to college, I'm sure.
I'm not sure where he's going to. I don't know. He may be going to trade school. He was a country boy, you know, a big tough guy. So I'm not sure what he's doing.
That's Cole Hussey. So shotgun. Calling a snap. Quintoll looking left across the middle. Going to float one in. Zach makes the catch. Ridgeway will take it inside the 25. Ridgway got behind the defense.
Yeah, and again, a good pass by Quinn, but he can throw it better than that. I've seen him do it, lead him, and he's in the end zone on that.
So a nice ball from Quinn Toll inside the 25, near the 24, 1st and 10. Ball's near the middle of the field. 5:21 left. They'll get the chain set. They'll restart the clock. Let's start it now. 5:17. So from the 24, 1st and 10, Toll runs back into the huddle. Play clock at 14. They got plenty of time. To the line of scrimmage. Split out. Wide left is Dakota Garment. Slot right. Hand off up the middle. Zane Durham. Work it right there. He'll get down to the 16. Durham going to get held cut by the official.
Yeah, it was Melvin and who the heck was that? I know it was Melvin and Wax on the tackle for the Eagles.
So play clock started at 40 seconds there. They'll start the game clock. 4:45 clock moving, 4th quarter. Blue Devils at the Frankton Eagles 16-yard line, just inside the left hash. Play clock's at 9. Blue Devils at the line of scrimmage. Shotgun quarterback, Quinn Toll. Split left. Dakota Garland, slot right. In the slot is Zach Ridgway. In a roll right. Toll looking to throw. Steps up in the pocket. He'll tuck it away. He'll get what he can. He'll get inside the 15, but that's all. So he's going to pick up 1. And elected not to make the throw. And they'll have the ball right there at the 15. And it's hard to see through there. And it's going to be 3rd down, 2.
Looks like Eli Wax again, but, I never question Coach Toll. He knows what he's doing, but I'm not sure I'd at least have Quinn still out there, 3:56 left in the game.
So Toll brings the play to the huddle. They break huddle in unison. 3:45 left. 5 seconds on the play clock. Calling the keys. Toll. He'll hand off to Zane Durham. He'll cut it up. Right side. 4-hole. And they'll spot him just outside the 10. Near the 11-yard line. He got just enough. Moves the chains. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 11.
Looks like Cameron Dowler in there from the center, number 54, making the tackle.
So play clock started at 40. It's at 25. Blue Devils break huddle. 3:20 left here in the 4th quarter. 34-12. Blue Devils in front. Blue Devils on the doorstep for score number 6. 2 in the backfield. 1's quarterback. Quinn Toll will take the snap. He'll hand off right to left. Running back. He's going to find the end zone. Touchdown. Credit the run of Slade Springer.
Slade Springer, yeah. Good speed there and just outrun everybody to the red zone there.
So he wheeled it to the pylon, and he did not get touched. And Slade Springer, he's got wheels.
He sure does.
So he's not the biggest guy on the shelf, but we're glad he's on our shelf.
I tell you, you see him in the weight room. He's bigger than he looks in a uniform, and he's a track guy too. So, he's going to beat a lot of people to the corner.
So, point after touchdown, Broganburg, the 1-point variety. And he got that one inside the right upright. I said, when I was talking to Broganburg this week, I said, Brogan, I told him this the week before, I said, Brogan, do you know how far apart the uprights are in a high school game? How far apart they are?
I'm not even sure.
I'll look it up. I'll look at stuff. 23 feet, 4 inches.
Well, you'd think a guy could hit it from, 15 yards away, but I sure can't.
If you go to the NFL, it's like 17 and a half feet.
I didn't realize it got skinnier. Sure looks like it on TV.
Them guys earn their money.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Or their release.
Oh, yeah, especially those guys kicking out in the cold in Green Bay and places like that.
How about Justin Tucker?
Oh, yeah, he's money.
He got the record so far, but I think what's that guy's name? Little. Cam Little. That's the guy hit the 70-yarder.
Who's he with?
I think Seahawks.
All right.
That might be all the scoring they can do.
That could be, yeah.
I don't know. But Russell Wilson, is he still a Steeler?
Some of these guys bounce around so many times late in their career, I don't know where they're at.
Dustin Shear knows about Russell Wilson. He played at the same school, Wisconsin Badgers. I asked Dustin one time, I said, is Russell Wilson older than you?
I think he is, isn't he? No.
He said no. But Dustin's a good one. So they're going to boot it away from the left hash, Nathan Hawkins. Here comes the whistle. Here comes the approach. And under in. Taken at the 15-yard line, Frankton Eagles. On the return, back up the middle. On the return, Ty Scott. He's a freshman, 5'9", 150. I tell you what, that's pretty hefty to be a freshman returning kicks at the varsity level.
That would look like Zane Durham on the hit on that one.
It was a hit. Stopping him right now. So 1st and 10, Frankton Eagles. Spotted at the 33-yard line from the right hash. Clock is stopped at 2:54. The 41-12 contest. Blue Devils in front. Shotgun quarterback Ethan Stansberry. He'll hand off right to left. He'll be stopped in the backfield. So he's going to lose one.
It looked like Nathan Hawkins. Looks like 31 Caden Cook getting in, sophomore getting in a little bit of time on the cornerback for the Blue Devils.
They got a flag over there on the far side. East line judge is going to be against the Blue Devils. So it's going to be a 5-yard mark off. Must have been in the neutral zone before the snap. I don't know. But could have been. I don't know what else it would have been for 5 yards.
Could have been another one of those sidelines. He'd already warned them. So
that'd be 15.
Yeah, that would be.
That might have been a grazing of the face mask. We just talking too much. So handoff Stansberry. Going to give it to Wax again. He'll caught behind the line of scrimmage. No gain. And that's by your guy.
Yeah, who was it? Yeah, Joey Vaughtal making that tackle.
Vaughtal last year was second on the team in quarterback sacks.
Yeah, he's got a motor, like I said, and he's a hard worker, tough guy, and he's a wrestler, and, all that works in his favor.
Shotgun snap and take him out. You can Stansberry. He'll throw a quick pass and flat. Got it. Nice grab. Right there. He'll go pushed out of bounds. Let's stop the clock. That was Aiden Barker, junior receiver, junior class. He's got upside.
Yeah. Caden Cook coming up there from the corner position, knocking him out of bounds.
That was a good grab. Low pass. And they're going to say third down. Third down 1 for the Frankton Eagles. The ball spotted at the 41-yard line. The send out receivers left side. Up on the line of scrimmage, split out, it's Aiden Barker. And right beside him, Noah Melvin. Hand off up the middle. Get out to across the 40 to the 46-yard line. And the Frankton Eagles going to earn another first down.
It's like Chase. Is that Chase Hudson? No, that's Logan Lightfoot, sophomore in at the outside linebacker position, at the tackle.
From the 46, right hash, they'll move the clock. 1:48 clock moving. Tight end right. 2 receivers right, tight end left. Pass play in the flat. Again, it's Barker. Aiden Barker makes a good grab, gets out of bounds. Moving forward out of bounds, stops the clock. In Blue Devil territory at the Blue Devil 49, 2nd and 5.
Aiden Cook on another stop there for the Blue Devils.
So checking the wristbands. Tackles, they switch sides of the line right there. They got a strong side and a weak side on that offensive line for Coach Marty Wells. Pass play in the flat again off the hand. That was a forward pass, and they didn't acknowledge that. They called that was an incomplete forward pass. But they didn't catch that one. They are human.
Yeah, Brady Henderson on that one.
The ball moves out to the 46 of Tipton from the right hash. 1:11 left in the fourth quarter. Clock moving. Shotgun quarterback Ethan Stansberry. Hands off. That's Eli Wax. He'll get it across the 45 and down inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. And he might have enough. Nope, they're going to say he's They're going to double check here. They might need to measure this. I don't know if they will. But they're going to say he's just short.
Yeah, nice tackle there. Leland Tim Teeter, number 14, coming in for his cornerback position, making that stop.
So official going to work on the shoulder pad for Trey Bennett. He had the jersey over the top of it. That's a danger zone. Could cut somebody with an exposed shoulder blade on the shoulder pad. Rolling right. Ethan Stansberry looking. He'll dump it off. Going to be caught. Nice low grab by Eli Wax. He'll get to the 40-yard line. Let's stop the clock. 32 seconds left.
Yeah, Brady Henderson stayed with him on that one, made the tackle.
I think Stansberry's going to probably unleash one right here, wouldn't you think? They were dinking and dunking. Now they're going to try to catch the Blue Devils sleeping in the defensive backfield. We'll see. 22 seconds, clock moving. Shotgun quarterback, Ethan Stansberry. Eli Wax in the backfield, the lone back. Wing right, slot left. Snap going to roll left, looking to throw. We're going to throw it across the grain, makes the catch. Down to the 30-yard line. And going to get close to a first down. He didn't quite get there. Clock is stopped at 3 seconds. And I don't know if they called a timeout or not, or they're going to roll the clock. That's going to complete the ball game. So the Frankton Eagles and the Tipton Blue Devils, they get at it in week 1.
And I want to say one more name, Grant Burkett. No, he made a tackle there at the end, and want to have his name on the airway.
I say, well, Larry, these guys work hard to get to this point of the season. You know, they only have 19 days from August the 4th to be here, and that is jamming to get the guys in shape.
Don't I know it? And it's even worse down at middle school level, trying to get guys out of bed and getting a ride to practice. But yeah, great to see a lot of the guys get in. I know they're putting in a lot of work, and you know, when you get the reserves in there in the game like this, that's just gonna make everybody happy.
Absolutely. I tell you what, next week, Tipton Blue Devils will be home with the Elwood Panthers, and the Frankton Eagles will be on the road at Lapel. And two good games going to happen again next week. But what did you take away from a game like tonight?
Well, you know, like I said, not too many penalties. You know, some of those pass interference penalties on Frankton that you really can't do much about that. And, you know, both teams competed hard, and, you know, looks like it might be a pretty good year for the Blue Devils. And Frankton, like I said, coach is going to get them back to where he wants them. And next week, kind of a backyard brawl with a big brother, if you will, down the road at Lapel. And so we'll see how they fare on that. But pretty good first night of high school football.
So that's going to complete tonight's ball game. We thank you for tuning in. We thank you for listening. We hope you'll listen next week. You tune in about 6:25 p.m. We'll have coaches' interviews about 6:30. Thank you for tuning in. And no matter if you're home or away, if you're doing the teaching and the learning, don't let him go. Keep the fire burning.
All right.